Where do we stand on sus?
Hahn.
It's lame. It needs Viagra.
And Rosenberg.
I'm going to lift my shirt up, take my pants down, and shake it all around. This isn't North Dakota. This is New York.
This is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
The best threesome I've ever heard.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
3:01 in the big city with Don LaGreca. I'm Alan Hahn. Peter Rosenberg off today. He's moving, Don. Little moving day for Peter.
I heard.
So he's packing up boxes and shipping them somewhere else and getting himself where he's got to get situated.
Yeah,
we hold down today.
Saturday and Sunday are good days to do that, but why not Monday? Never let a good show get in the way of doing your stuff.
From what I understand, movers don't work on Saturday and Sunday. It's the weekend. No?
I think they move. Maybe you got to pay a little extra. I think people can move on a Saturday.
Yeah, probably could, but they didn't. And you would think today of all days, after what happened to me on Thanksgiving football.
Yeah, listen. You know what? Thanksgiving is a cool mistress, isn't it? I know. You're in a lot of trouble. You let Peter right back into the conversation. That's one of the reasons I thought he'd be on today, to kind of hang on the rim a little bit.
Oh, please. You would think.
But, no, that's good for you. But, listen, it was tough, man. That hook.
Yeah.
The Kansas City hook. It was the Lions. Football is just an absolute mess,
Can't
Alan.
trust anybody.
And I don't like it.
Oh, you don't?
I don't like it.
All right, wait a minute.
I don't like it.
All these people that told me just how good, how great it is that there's parity. Everybody has a chance to win, Don. This is supposed to be good for the sport.
But I'm all good with, like, I like, it's almost like I don't want to mention the guest because I don't want to insult the man. He's a great man. But there's a person that we always try to book as a guest that in theory is an amazing guest. In name, it pops on the rundown.
Okay.
But it doesn't work on the air.
No.
Parity is great in theory. Everybody's got a chance. Everybody goes to camp thinking they can win the Super Bowl. Like, it's wide open. Look, all these teams have a chance. But we haven't been able to figure out good parity. All we really have is bad parity.
What's good parity?
Good parity is when there's a bunch of teams that are all good. And they're all battling for position, and there are several teams that are good, not a bunch of average teams,
That's the problem.
batting the bunny, and then eventually somebody gets hot and wins the Super Bowl. This week it's the Rams,
That's
right?
the problem.
The Rams are clearly the best team in the NFC. Nobody's going to be able to stop the Rams, and then they turn around and put up a stinker in Carolina. Now, listen, the Panthers are a pretty good football team, but if the Rams were what we thought they were, they're not losing that game in Carolina. They're winning that game, and they're marching towards the Super Bowl. Philadelphia is having, I've never heard of team meetings not involving the quarterback. That's not good. It's not good when you're not including. It's one thing not including the coach. That's a standard.
Yep.
Not including the quarterback. That's a problem. Kansas City is in trouble. I mean, Buffalo looked fine against Pittsburgh, although I think there's a mess there in Pittsburgh.
Yep.
Just ask Aaron Rodgers. He'll tell you all the things that are wrong with the team.
Man, we have an NFL binge today that we might need 2 segments.
There's
a lot going on.
There's been a rumor that Peter might come back for ENN at 6. He should come back at 4:30 for the binge because there's so much to get into. But my overall point is, because listen, there's parity in the NHL too. Like there's there's one team sitting there in Colorado that's clearly better than everybody else.
Okay.
And, so that feels good. It's like, all right, there's something to strive for. And I think the play in general in the NHL has been very good, and I think injuries have kind of put teams in tough spots, and that's why things are kind of up for grabs here. In the NFL, it's not great football. The game's not being played well, and there's no great teams. So why should we celebrate a lack of greatness? I thought we get into sports because we celebrate greatness, not celebrating a bunch of average teams. Like the Mighty Mites that'll play between periods at a hockey game, kind of just bouncing off each other, and then eventually somebody puts one in the net, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, we would like to see a true champion, and maybe that will rise in the next 5-6 weeks, but right now, I'm not enjoying it at all.
Think about this. The Jaguars, Chargers, Bills, and Packers all won, right?
Yes.
So the total now number of teams that are at least 4 games over 500 is 12.
12 of 32.
Yeah. That's tied going back to the 2000 season for the most teams with at least 4 games over 500 through week 13.
Wow.
The only twice it's happened, this and 2000, since the merger in 1970.
And what did we see in 2000? We saw a Giants team come out of nowhere, go 12-4, and go to the Super Bowl, right?
And who won it?
And get their heads handed to them by a Raven team
that had no offense, no quarterback.
Was, 9-7, but had an amazing defense, but had a quarterback that like nobody wanted, in Trent Dilfer.
But he won.
That's where we're headed for, right?
Think about it. But that's what happens. Is in a season like this, and was that a Super Bowl that you're like, I'll never forget the 2000 Super Bowl?
Well, considering the Giants didn't score an offensive touchdown,
you know what I mean?
Scored 35-7. It wasn't good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So this is what it's setting up for. Because that's such. There's 20 teams that are 500 or better. There's 20. Now you would think, that's good. There's 20 out of 32 teams that have a winning, at least a 500 record. Well, that tells you that everybody's really doing well. No, it means everybody's what? Mediocre.
Mediocre.
Very average. And anything any week can happen, which is kind of fun if you don't really care.
In the moment.
Having the Panthers, by the way, the Panthers winning that game over the Rams were the team that we thought we could all trust, right? Now, they had to come east, and sometimes that can affect them.
Yes.
But, to me, the Rams were the team that I started to believe in. And then you realize they're playing the Panthers, who are like, they have been David versus Goliath a lot of times this season, where they are overcoming big spreads, especially at home. They don't lose back-to-back games. And you don't see that coming because you just still think Carolina, Bryce Young, they're not that good. But you're realizing they're not that good, but they're not awful anymore.
But somebody's got to win that division, and it's going to be, either Carolina coming out of nowhere with a quarterback that was, almost out of a job.
Yep.
And, and then you've got Tampa, who looked at the beginning of the season like a juggernaut, but even though they won yesterday as a team that, is all banged up and not playing particularly well, but somebody's going to have to win that division. I mean, maybe something will change in the next month, and we'll feel different going into the playoffs. And good for the Bears. They're a very likable team. They obviously got it right with their coach.
Man,
but for them sitting as the one seed in the NFC, how crazy is that? When the Packers were labeled as the team that was going to go to the Super Bowl, and the Eagles were the defending Super Bowl champions, and here we are on December 1st, and the Chicago Bears are a 1 seed in the NFC?
With a coach. Again, I always watch this stuff through the lens of a New Yorker. And you look at what the Bears do. They got the best coordinator available. Ben Johnson was somebody that everybody was hot for. As a coordinator, they want to make him a hire. He waited because the year prior to that, there were jobs that were open for him, and he did not want to be in the process. He also told the Giants, thanks but no thanks. Think about that for a minute. The Jets. I'm sorry. He told the Jets, thanks but no thanks. And yet, he goes there, and he gets that thing right, a place that they can never get right. Like, it says a lot about sometimes it is the hot coordinator versus the experienced coach. It's crazy. But the Jets got their coach in Aaron Glenn. And Aaron Glenn has got to start proving something, right?
Right.
So what do we get out of the Jets beating a Falcons team that just finds ways to lose, almost like the Giants do? They really do find ways to lose.
They do.
They have leads, and they blow them all the time. But the Jets win a game at the gun. They get the kick, and for me, we always joke about there's no movement. I'm like, all right, that's cool. Like, I looked at it, I watched the game end, and I just was like, all right, that's cool. Like, that's cool. It doesn't bother me they won. It doesn't mean anything to me that they lost. That they won a game, and maybe there's some positive momentum happening because you got, those two wide receivers that Muji went and traded for that almost felt like throw-ins and trades that he made that, showing out a little bit. Tyrod Taylor showing you that if you have a quarterback that can actually throw the football, you can move the ball down the field and do some things.
Right.
I don't like the fact that I'm being told, well, they're really playing hard for Aaron Glenn now. That doesn't do it for me, Don.
No?
I can't feel anything until we see what happens with these picks in the offseason and what kind of quarterback you get. I don't know how Aaron Glenn proves anything right now by winning games. I'm not mad at it. I'm just saying. I don't know what I'm supposed to overreact. How am I supposed to react the way some people are reacting to this?
Well, listen, I don't think you should be jumping up and down. I told you the story with my dad in '83 when Neil O'Donohue missed the chip shot field goal and the Giants tied the Cardinals on Monday Night Football, and I was jumping up and down, and my dad said, "What are you doing? You're celebrating a tie? What's the matter with you?" I'm not telling you to jump up and down that they won their third game of the season and are 3-9 and beat the lousy Falcons in the rain in a 75% empty stadium.
Yep.
Watch the fish tank.
But I don't understand the people like pumping their fist had Nick miss the field goal. Nick Folk misses the field goal, and you lose the game. Like Rick DiPietro, like rooting for them to lose. I don't get that either. I'm not saying you got to have movement. It's a lost season, but I had said it about a month ago that the reason you root for the Jets to win is because you want to see it work with Aaron Glenn because he's not going anywhere. Now, if you're rooting for him to get fired, it's a different story. He's not going to get fired. He's in year one of a 5-year contract. He's not getting fired. So you want to see this work. And I'm sorry, people. Don't pretend that you know football more than you actually do, okay? All right? This whole idea that it can look good and lose. Does it look good for the Giants that they're good for 3.5 quarters and then blow double-digit leads in the fourth quarter? You know what looks good? Winning looks good. All right? So let's not pretend that we know so much that you can lose games and get high draft picks, but yet still save your coach and still believe you're moving in the right direction. The only way to move in the right direction is to win. You saw the way those players reacted when they won the game. Mm-hmm. It matters to them. You root for them. They're working their ass off, and they're playing for him because that was really all Aaron Glenn could do. He doesn't have a ton of talent. What talent they had, they traded away. So the one thing he needed to prove is I can rally these troops around. It's so easy to tuck their tail between their legs and say the season's over. We're tanking for a draft pick. We've got no quarterback. The quarterbacks we do have stink. We just traded our best players away, and he's got them playing. And message goes around the league like, hey, Aaron Glenn's a cool guy to play for. I want to play for that guy. Look how hard those players work for him. Because you are putting an audition out to try to win free agents over, to try to get people to want to join your team. And the only way you do that is to go out there and try and to win games. And as much as you want the higher draft pick, this is not a draft for that anyway, Alan. You want to just see that it's going to work. You want to see if it works for the coach. You want to make it attractive for players to come play here. And they had every reason, every single player there had a reason to say, you know what, blank the Jets, I'm getting out of here. I don't want to be here. This is a losing organization. And since that trade, they've come to play. They've played hard. They've lost because they're not talented enough. And then yesterday they score a late touchdown. They get the field goal late in the game to win. That's a good thing, people. That's better than maybe going from 6th to 4th with the pick and not even knowing who the hell you're going to be drafting anyway. You want to change a culture. You want to change the image of your team. It's not about playing well and losing games. It's about winning games, and they've done that the last couple. That's what you want to see happen the rest of the way.
You have also the parallels that Aaron Glenn had when he was in Detroit. They started out, right, that regime with Dan Campbell, they started out awful. 0-10-1, right?
Yes.
They get to week, they got to week 13, got their first win. They finished the season with 3 wins and 3 losses. So 3-3 in their last 6 games, right? Mm-hmm. And they all point to that later. Now, you can't at the time because, as I said, as you're watching it in real time, you can't possibly see tangible reasons because some of these players are playing hard because they have to. These aren't star players. These aren't high-level players. He's playing hard-working guys that are trying to make a name for themselves in the league. Again, Mechie, Mitchell, these are guys that are also trying to prove themselves now that they're getting opportunities to play where in previous spots they didn't. So you're taking advantage of a little desperation from some guys. But it doesn't mean you overlook the fact, and I don't want to do that the Jets have won 3 of the last 5. They have done that. Schedule might have made it easier for them. Whatever you want to say, it's fine. Because they looked awful against the Ravens. We know this. They didn't look good against New England, another good team. But they have won 3 of the last 5. And that's all Aaron Glenn could do right now is tack that up in the locker room and just keep his guys engaged to the end because it has been depressing. But I still say the carryover like what you saw Detroit have from that awful, what ended 3-13-1, but they were 0-10-1 to start. But 3-13-1 turned into 9-8 the next season. And that's to me when you start to see the tangible turn and the change and everything else. But you got to remember that season started 1-6. So, this idea that we all joke about how long it takes a battleship to turn in the water. That's a real thing. So 1-6 turned into 9-8 because they finally really clicked later that second season. So everything is going to depend on what they do this offseason.
Sure.
But any momentum they build right now is good for it's good for Aaron Glenn. It's important for him. It's good for season tickets and ticket sales for the next year, because why the hell would you buy tickets to the Jets right now? And like you said, anybody that they're trying to target, especially if they're trying to find a quarterback,
right?
That they want to know I'm not going to a place that is is quicksand. I got to go to somewhere where, all right, you know what? I think they got a little foundation built there, and now we've got to grow from whatever they finished the season on. That's all I got. But I can't give you more than I can't give you sunshine and rainbows right now.
No, there's no sunshine and rainbows. But there are baby steps forward that you can take. And, yeah, players have a reason to play, because whether it's to stay with the Jets or get something on film to go someplace else, the motivation is always to play hard. But how's Breece Hall played? Does Breece Hall look like a guy that's quit, even though everybody figured, this guy's not going to want to be here? He wanted to get traded. He didn't get his contract.
Yeah.
And yet I saw him on the sidelines devastated in Baltimore when he fumbled the game away.
And who put his arm around him right away?
Right, exactly.
Glenn.
And then he had 68 yards and a touchdown. Not great stats, but again, doesn't look like a kid that's quit at all. And then you see that from afar and you go, I want to play for that guy. His team didn't quit on him. He's got nothing going for him this year, and yet they play hard, and he's getting the most out of them. Maybe I want to go play there. I'm not trying to tell Jet fans that what's happened lately is some sort of a miracle or epiphany and everything's going to come together. But for what's been a really sad decade and a half, and what has really been overall a very sad season, I think there's silver linings to build on. And the way you build on those building blocks are W's. I'm sorry. I understand the logic of finishing with the worst record and getting the better draft pick, even if it's not a quarterback. But these are the things that you build towards to try to get out from under. And there's several reasons why. And I think it's important to get those wins and important to continue to win. Same with the Giants. They have their quarterback. But, they will lose out and maybe get a better pick. But, no, I want to see this kid win games. I want to see him go out there on national television and end the Patriots' 10-game winning streak, because it builds something, whether it's for Kafka or not. Just build to move forward, to see that the moves that you're making are working. I'm sorry. We grade everything in every sport, Alan, not by style points, not by anything else, but did you win the game? Mm-hmm. How many wins did you have? That is the ultimate way to be able to measure if it's working or not. Let's not pretend that it's anything other than that.
Listen, on the Giants side of things, we'll get to, because they played tonight, Monday Night Football tonight in New England. They haven't won a road game in forever. Mm-hmm. I think it's 11 straight they've lost on the road. So these are all, for me, about Jackson Dart and his continued ascension as the most important player on the Giants roster, right? Like that's why it matters, not positioning for draft picks and everything else. But just to get back to the Jets and the point you were making on them, is that this is winning right now is most important to Aaron Glenn than anybody else. Anyone else. Because Justin Fields has nothing left to play for, and he's not playing. They pulled the plug on him, and they had to. So it's really no one else where winning matters the most except for Aaron Glenn, because this is his first season, and some people were wondering if this guy can even coach. Did they make a terrible decision in hiring this guy? And he's had to navigate rough waters from the start and navigate a lot of things, make mistakes, which we've seen him do in the media, but then find a way to start reaching some players and getting something out of it so people at the end of the season can say, well, you know what? Aaron Glenn started to figure it out at the end of the year, and now there's a reason to think that maybe he can develop into a great coach. But as you said, he said it about building on this. I said they've won 3 of the last 5 games. That's not nothing, and Aaron Glenn believes it is building.
The grit that we've been talking about for some time, and our guys being able to just gut this game out. And I keep saying there's no quitting these guys. These guys understand exactly what we're trying to build. And listen, even though we have this long-range vision of what we're trying to get to, the now is what's important for our guys to continue to understand, man, how do you win games, especially in situations like this?
So he's staying positive. I am not being – we got calls to get to at 800-919-3776. And, Don, I'm not trying to be negative. I think what I was saying is I'm feeling nothing because I just feel like you can't really see it, like clearly until the offseason when the draft picks come into play and what does Muji do with them. And Muji, by the way, is showing you that what he did at the deadline, it was pretty good. Like not only just getting the picks, but everything else that he did. A couple of players that are considered throw-ins that have turned into useful guys that are interesting to watch. This is what I mean by the build forward. Yeah. Is what I'm most like. I can't almost now. You know what this is doing? It's making me even look forward to getting to March and April and seeing what they do to rebuild and build up a roster, and then the huge hole, gaping hole that they have at quarterback.
Well, all right. Let me go there.
Go ahead.
If the Super Bowl is your honeymoon, okay? Like that's the Super Bowl. Consummating the marriage is the Super Bowl championship. Is the ring. You're in the courting stage right now. You're at the bar. You're getting drinks, right? So you're a long way from consummating this marriage, all right? But still, what happens while you're getting drinks and you're just meeting, that's important too. At the end of the first or second date of, all right, is there going to be another date? Did I get her number? Or did we make plans for the next date? That's where you are with the Jets right now. So, listen, those are things not exactly to go crazy and celebrate that you got her number and that you've decided to go to the movies the next Saturday. It's all little steps towards what you hope one day is going to be. That's the woman that you marry. That's what you're going to get to. That's your Super Bowl.
Didn't we have this with Robert Saleh? Didn't he have guys playing hard? Didn't we have all that? We had that.
Yeah, listen, but again, I'm not telling you it's going to work, Alan. See, that's the problem. I can't make you any assurances. You're going to have to take what little celebrations there are to take and hope, I know you hate that word, that it is going to get there. But there's progress. You're seeing tangible progress, all right? Now we'll see if there's going to be those moments where it falls apart. And I wouldn't be telling you this if this was year 3 of the 5-year contract for Glenn. But with Saleh, the first year you win 7 games, but it didn't look great, but it was okay. And then you never got the steps forward. Kept getting steps backward. You're still going to need a quarterback. You're still going to need to draft well. You're still going to need to build talent and all that. But right now, all you have is, do I have a coach? And you're starting to see signs that maybe, yes, you do. When earlier in the season, people wanted him fired, done, he can't coach, he has no clue, he doesn't know what he's doing. You're not hearing that anymore, are you? All right? You may not be hearing praise, but you're not hearing this guy's clueless. Now you're starting to see that maybe you're progressing forward. It's small little increments of success, Alan. Nothing to get excited about, but you're stepping forward. There's things that are working. But I can't guarantee it's going to work, Alan. My history tells you it's probably not going to. But if you're a fan, you got to hold on to something, and I think what you're holding on to is not nothing. I don't think these are made-up things. They're not. This is a coach that had played here. They've invested a big contract in him, and it looks like it's starting to work. No parade, but, can you at least get a little smile on your face? Can I see it like a smirk, something?
No.
All right.
Not until you get a quarterback.
Right. Well,
because we've been here.
I know. I get it.
And you said it, and it's Shawshank Redemption. Again, hope will drive a man insane.
All right.
It's a dangerous thing. And when you've seen, the problem is this, is that if there's been a hit, like in New England, you had enough history to believe that, okay, they went through a lull. They thought they had something, Mac Jones. That didn't turn into something. They draft another quarterback. This kid's hitting. They bring in a coach that has blood in the ground. And now you have okay. Like you're a Patriots fan. You have every reason to believe. Here? Look at Detroit. By the way, one last thing. We have tons of calls to get to, 800-919-3776 on this. But I just want to leave it this. Detroit had hope. They thought they turned it around. They got a 15-win season. They had a chance to go to the NFC Championship game. They got smoked at home by the Commanders. They're 7-5 this season. Hope will drive a man insane.
No, but how about, all right, forget hope. How about progress?
Oh, yeah. Well, look, if that's what we want to do, gold star the fact that this thing didn't circle the drain all the way to the end, then let's do that. But I know Jets fans want to have something to hold on to. They have to. So I want to give them that opportunity because I'm not trying to be negative. I guess my problem is that I'm having a hard time searching through the weeds to find the positive. I'm just still sort of checked out, and I don't like it because I did watch the end of that game, and I had a smile on my face because they won.
That's something.
And I said, wow, that's 3 out of 5.
That's something.
But that's it.
Right.
There was nothing more after that. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes when your team wins, you carry it for a couple of days. That didn't happen here. So we got calls. Let's get to the calls, 800-919-3776. Got to get to the Giants. Jackson Dart back in the lineup. A big game tonight, Monday Night Football in New England. And why is it a big game for the Giants in what seems like a lost season? We will explain that and more. Stay with us. Don Hahn and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Friends, it's football season, the best time of the year. You should be out there tailgating, cheering on your team, and enjoying every Sunday. But if you're dealing with neck pain, back pain, sciatica, or nerve pain, even getting off the couch can feel like a challenge. You don't have to live like that. There's help. Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain is New Jersey's top pain specialist. He's Ivy League trained, double board certified, and is dedicated to helping you get back in the game. Here's what makes the difference. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical image-guided procedures that deliver real results. Dr. Shaw treats neck pain, back pain, joint pain, migraines, nerve pain, and sciatica with a plan that's customized for you. Same-day and next-day appointments are available, and with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood, relief is always close. So don't let pain keep you on the sidelines this season. Visit SandwellPain.com to call, text, or book online. Most major insurances are accepted. That's SandwellPain.com. Relief is closer than you think, and it starts today.
Dave Rothenberg here to tell you about my friends at Bathfitter. They converted my kid's bath to a shower and did an incredible job. They offer custom bath renovations, including their unique PermaFit solution for a watertight fit, and it's done in just one day. It's durable and easy to clean with no demo or mess and a lower cost than a standard replacement. Take advantage of the biggest sale of the entire year. Save up to $800 on a complete Bathfitter system. See their website or call for details and start designing your bath today at bathfitter.com.
For over 100 years, Slomin's has been your trusted partner in comfort. When it comes to home heating oil, we deliver more than just quality fuel. We deliver peace of mind. With price protection, automatic deliveries, 24/7 service, and up to 30 days to pay your invoice. Our dedicated team is just a call away, ensuring you stay warm and comfortable all winter long. Slomin's, New York and New Jersey's largest heating oil provider, proudly serving our community for generations. Give us a call today at 866-GET-HEAT or visit oil.slomins.com.
The holidays are here, and Amazon Pickup is your MVP of package pickup. Need that perfect gift like a brand new jersey for the big game? With Amazon Pickup, you can grab your order from secure Amazon lockers or counters near you on your schedule at no extra cost. It's fast, it's easy, and it keeps your holiday surprises tucked safely away. So whether you're running from work or heading to the holiday party, Amazon Pickup makes holiday shopping worry-free. Find your nearest Amazon Pickup location at amazon.com/pickupmvp. That's amazon.com/pickupmvp.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks a million, guys. Good afternoon. Already a pretty bad ride heading over to the outbound. George just cleaned up a crash on the lower deck underneath the apartments. All of your approaches are jammed aside from the West Side Highway and Henry Hudson. Cross Bronx westbound, the worst of it. You're crawling from White Plains Road on through. Inbound George, still have some road work on the upper deck. Just about a 10 to 15 minute ride using 8095. Outbound Lincoln about 5 to 10. Outbound Helena running you 10 to 15. But once you're in Jersey, you're jammed on the outbound Skyway. It's a crash in the left lane on top of the Hackensack River. Belts eastbound pretty much at a standstill in Brooklyn. Accident right before Ocean Parkway. Traffic is stopped there from the Verrazano. Westbound said a slow go with everybody stopping to take a look. This report is sponsored by the New York City Department of Transportation. Speeding ruins lives. Drivers, watch out for pedestrians and cyclists and slow your turns to less than 5 miles an hour. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Some stages celebrate. This one tests everything. Every drive, every approach, every putt. Pressure builds. Resilience matters. And history waits for the bold. In June, the 2026 U.S. Open Championship returns to the Hamptons at the iconic Shinnecock Hills Golf Club. Experience the world's best golfers competing on one of the sport's most storied stages. Don't just watch greatness, experience it live at the 126th U.S. Open. Daily tickets are available now on SeatGeek.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Caffeine doesn't have to be bitter or boring anymore. 5-Hour Energy shots are bringing the flavor and the energy. One of my personal favorites, Strawberry Banana, is giving smoothie vibes in a compact caffeinated shot. Whether you like your energy sour, fruity, or tropical, with 17 flavors, there's something for you. And yeah, it's got as much caffeine as a 12-ounce coffee, but zero sugar and no crash. Big flavor, tiny bottle, tasty caffeine done right. You can grab yours in-store or hit up 5hourenergy.com or order on Amazon today.
This college football moment is brought to you by ServPro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. Like on September 24, 2016, when Tulsa found themselves down 31-0 to Fresno State. With 10 minutes left in the second quarter, Tulsa fought back to tie the game at 41. And then won 48-41 in double overtime.
ServPro, like it never even happened.
Wow.
Why are we hearing the wall? I
Why
like
not?
it. There's something.
I love this as a, like, this to me rivals the Alan Parsons Project Bulls intro.
Okay.
Because it starts like it feels like it's about to like set you up for like a big intro, and then it leads into something completely different, right?
Right. The eye in the sky, right?
Right.
Alan
Eye in the sky.
Parsons.
So, I don't know. I think this is right up there. It's one of those that could be a jock jam if it didn't transform into a different song completely.
Yeah, I didn't know what Jacob's motivation was.
What is it? What is the motivation there?
No real reason. I came on and shuffle. I feel like these are one of those songs like you drive fast in a car. You do. On the road. There's some little.
That is true. You are breaking laws.
A little Leonard Skinner, things like that. You know,
Now-
good.
All right.
Now, I will say that obviously Dark Side of the Moon is their greatest album.
Okay.
But I remember in '79 when The Wall came out, there was like nothing bigger.
No, I know
I was
that.
11 at the time. I was just getting into rock and roll, and that album was just unreal. How successful it was. Everybody was buying it. Great stories. It was just a phenomenal album.
I was younger.
Right.
So very impressionable, right? And the first time I heard it and hearing the kids, the children singing it with the British accent. So that's all we would do is just copy the kids singing it.
Right. No, it was a big deal. So I was just wondering, was it an anniversary or something? Because usually Jacob has some kind of background behind it.
No, he said he was just feeling it. And that's what I
Good.
like about Jake is that he, if he's feeling
Good,
something for
that's
that
fine.
day, that's what we're going to play.
That's good.
You know what we're feeling tomorrow is we're feeling a little NHL.
Yes.
So tomorrow we're going to be at the NHL shop. Yay! Now, for those who don't understand, this is if you're at Penn Station, it's like 2 blocks over. If you're at Moynihan, it's 1 block. It's across the street. It's across 9th Avenue. So it's right there. It's an easy place to access. It's a really cool spot over there. If you haven't been over there yet, it's Manhattan West Plaza is what they calling it, but it's 9th Avenue. And Mark Messier is going to hang out with us as well. So we're doing our show, the full show,
right
at NHL Shop, which is right there at Manhattan West Plaza. It's literally a block or 2 from the Garden. And talking all things NHL, we got Mark Messier going to hang out with us. Bill Daly, right, the NHL deputy commissioner, is going to be with us as well.
Who might very well become the commissioner of the league.
Yeah, that is true.
He's definitely a candidate to replace Gary when Gary ever decides to step down.
Mm-hmm.
And the Rangers at 7 o'clock are at the Garden to take on the Dallas Stars. So if you're going to the game,
please come hang out.
Come a little earlier, swing by, get to see Mark Messier, get to see us, and hang out. And because the Knicks are playing at 8.
Right.
That game is going to be on our air, so we'll be on till 7. So hang out until basically puck drop and go check out the game. It's with the 5-minute walk?
Literally 5-minute walk.
Come on, man.
Well worth your time. And we'll be there. So, again, join us from the NHL Shop in Manhattan West Plaza. It's a block or 2 from the Garden. It's tomorrow. 3 to 6:30 is our show. Talking all things NHL. Mark Messier with us, Bill Daly with us, and more. I heard there's going to be a whole bunch of Game 7 stuff going on there as well. My guy Johnny Laz is going to be there. So it's all powered by Game 7
true?
apparel.
Cool.
Yeah, and
Great
headwear. They launch their new assortment in the NHL shop, NYC. So you want to check out all the Game 7 stuff that they'll be selling because it is the holiday season. Don't miss us live tomorrow from the NHL shop in Manhattan. We got calls, Donnie, 800-919-3776. On the Jets, before we get into the Giants and their game tonight on Monday Night Football, we begin with Charles in New Jersey. Go ahead, Charles.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Thanks so much for taking my call.
What's up?
Alan, I really need, you and sports fans like you to really take a step back and, smell the roses sometimes and appreciate when your team actually does win, no matter what situation it is, because it's hard to do. And I'm not saying it because I'm sitting on some high horse. I am, in fact, a Lions fan, and I've been one my entire life. So I know what it feels like to be on that downward skid, and eventually it does turn around.
Well,
I kind of got to embrace every moment.
Well, I will, Charles. Here's the problem. What moment are we in right now? What roses are there to smell right now? There's really nothing right now. I'm not kicking dirt on it. I'm just kind of watching with apathy a little bit. That's all it is.
Well,
it's not like I'm hating on it. I want it to work. My God, it's been 15 years. Somebody's got to figure it out. But I just, if you're expecting me to start shaking pom-poms and chanting Jets.
No, that'd be silly. That'd be silly. But I think you're allowed to be happy. And I guess the argument that I have
Nick Folk made a field goal, and I smiled. And I walked away, and I went,
and that's all it deserved. But at least a smile as opposed to, prison sex over the last 15 years, right? So, you take a smile. You take whatever little victories you get, all right?
Listen.
So
it's better than when I was watching Red Zone in October, and I was feeling like it was can I be in this party?
Right.
I can't ever get invited to this party.
Yeah, you'll finally right, exactly. You watch all these games, and it's like you're watching your football game in slow motion. The Giants too. You actually had a fun game, a thrilling game. Vilma said it afterward, this was a great game. Yeah. It was a good football game. You were on the winning side of it. Mm-hmm. But we get corrupted by where you're going to pick in the draft and all this other stuff.
And the quarterback,
but all that in due time. Believe me, there's been plenty of quarterbacks. Drake May might win the MVP. He wasn't the first overall pick in the draft. We talked about Mahomes going 10th. Mm-hmm. All right? So you'll get there. But one of the other important aspects is, do you have a coach? So these are all little baby steps to eventually getting
That's the first thing that you have to right. That's the first thing. You want to walk. If you can leave this season and say, you know what, I think Aaron Glenn's got it. They just got to get him some talent. That's what I want to believe when the season's over and there's still more games to play.
Right.
Pete in Brooklyn. Pete, you're up next.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call. Pete from Brooklyn. Been a Jets fan since 1972. Alan, I hear you, but I don't understand you. You got to understand, you play to win the game. My son was in the house yesterday, and I heard him screaming when the Jets almost took that kickoff and ran it back for a touchdown. At this point in time, we don't know what's in store for Aaron Glenn and his coaching staff, but they are making progress. It seems right now we are, like we said, we need a quarterback. So that's coming. We don't know how it's going to come. If it's going to come in this draft pick coming up next year, or the next draft, or if they're going to make a move to use those number ones to trade with somebody else to get a quarterback. But the fact of the matter is, I'm not losing faith. I've been here all this time, just like you are. And Alan, you've been around. When was the last time the Knicks won an NBA championship? 1972-73.
Yeah.
And you are still a Knicks fan right now.
Well, first, let's first get to some reality. The Knicks have been bad for many years, but I was on a broadcast of their game, so I had to stay connected to them because of that. So, I'm not a fan in that. I'm covering it, talking about it, waiting for the day, just like it's very similar. I hate to make the parallel, but I will. The Knicks were bad for a long time. And all I kept saying was if they could just get a point guard, they got to get a guard, they got to get a point guard. Then Jalen Brunson arrived, and everything changed, right? And now they are heading in the right direction. Everything's going the right way. It's starting to look like it's supposed to. They're functioning like a real franchise. So for me, I look at the Jets, and I keep saying, until they get a quarterback, I don't think anything changes. And that's what I'm waiting for.
Right.
So if that happens, you will hear me be a lot happier. Like, I'm almost like done. I watched Jackson Dart and the Giants. And that's why I'm like, how could you not want to be more excited tonight as a Giants fan to watch this game? Because number one, it's on national TV. Number two, it's against the Patriots. So you had a little bit of history there. And number three, my guy's back under center, and I want the whole league to be on notice that we got our guy.
That's
and
what
he's going to play. He's been playing so well.
Right.
We have a chance to win every time this guy's on the field, and this will be fun.
And they didn't have to, get the first overall pick to get it, right?
Great point.
And who knows what ends up happening at the end of the day. If they ended up if they make the trade with New England and get Drake May or draft Drake May or draft Daniels, maybe then they wouldn't need Dart. But maybe when the dust all settles at the end of the day, maybe Dart turns out to be the best of all of them.
You never know.
They traded back into the first round to get him at, 25?
Mm-hmm.
So there are ways to do it. Instead of just throwing seasons away and not celebrating your team winning, hoping that Mendoza's the guy, when there's not a lot of people saying that he's definitely going to be the guy. Yeah. The guy that definitely was going to be the guy, Trevor Lawrence, he's been fine, but certainly not what everybody thought he was going to be.
He was supposed to be generational.
Draft. He's supposed to be, a can't miss, and there's been a lot of misses, a lot of drops, a lot of errant throws, and maybe this will finally be the year that it happens for him. I don't know.
But they got a big one now, right? Isn't it Colts Jacksonville this weekend?
Yeah.
Right? That's a huge game now. One more on the Jets here. Mike in Scotch Plains. Mike.
What's up, guys? So here's the thing. There's three main positive steps that they've taken. Number one, they have all the cap space in the world. Number two, they have a ridiculous amount of draft picks. And number three, they have time. There's no rush right now. The Jets have been bad for a long time. Being bad for another year or so is not going to end the world for Jet fans. They need to do this right, and this feels like they're doing it right. This never feels this way for the Jets, ever. They're always making stumbling, bumbling mistakes. Two main points. One, the receiving second receiver looks like we may have actually found someone. Mm-hmm. Number two, the trades that they made with the savvy to not have that money hit them with Sauce Gardner and with what's his name? Quinnen Williams. Mm-hmm. Like unbelievable savviness that we never, ever, ever have. Let's just be happy that we're making little steps. And one last point, Don, you made a Tool reference. You guys were talking about Tool last week. You just said prison sex. You made a Tool reference without even trying it. You guys have a great day.
Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, I'm I'm certainly a big fan. But
you were very careful with your words there, and I appreciate that.
Oh, of course.
Mike needs to understand that I already pointed out the fact that, what Darren Mucci did at the trade deadline,
right,
and how we're seeing the throw-in, quote-unquote, throw-in pieces, and now you're going, okay, all right, there's something there. That was pretty savvy. That's pretty good. Now let's see what he does with these picks. That's why I said I am looking this is as excited as I've been as a Jets fan. I'm looking forward to March and April.
Right, but leave that aside.
I never felt like that.
You can't do anything about that until you get to the offseason.
I get it.
But there's still important things happening in season because none of this cap space, none of these picks, and none of the moves that they could set them up if they don't have the quarterback and they don't have the coach. All right?
Yeah.
And the quarterback, I think we all agree, isn't necessarily in this draft, but they might have the coach. Now, right. I'm not sold yet either. Winning 3 out of 5 and, beating the Ohio teams and Atlanta exactly is not a needle mover, especially to you, Alan. But it's a step in the right direction to find out, do I have a coach? Because all this stuff is not going to make any sense unless you have a coach and a quarterback. And right now, it's year one of a 5-year contract for Glenn. So you're hoping at least one of those pieces might already be in place.
Speaking of coach, the Giants don't have a coach, at least not for next season. But could one become available? There's a story brewing in the NFL that we need to get into. And the Giants and the Patriots tonight on Monday Night Football as well. Your calls at 800-919-3776. Don Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
The FanDuel Sportsbook app is your home for all your favorite NFL bets because you got yards to touchdowns, who's going to win. It's all there with FanDuel. And any play can be the play of the game. So tonight, FanDuel's giving all customers a 30% profit boost token, all right? You can get on the action with a 30% profit boost token this Monday night. So make FanDuel your go-to app for any snap. Just visit FanDuel.com/Peter to bet on the game. Play your game with FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, 21 and over, physically present, New York, opt-in required, bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467-369.
Whether you're shopping, gaming, or streaming this Black Friday season, don't take slow for an answer. Get Optimum Fiber for the fastest, most reliable, and most consistent internet speeds. Starting at $25 a month, call 888-4OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com to switch. Act now and get a full year of Netflix, an unlimited mobile line, a $400 prepaid card, and more, all on us. Call 888-4OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com today. Optimum, don't take slow for an answer. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
Ox Spine at New York Presbyterian is always in pursuit of a better way to heal the spine. We're getting more people moving again with minimally invasive, non-surgical, and surgical treatments with innovative solutions for every back and spine condition and your unique needs. Expert spine care is available now across New York City and Westchester. Find a doctor at nyp.org/oxspine. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
On the job, every minute counts. That's why Lowe's now has ProBlock Quick Dry Primer, expertly manufactured by Sherwin-Williams. Engineered for pros to dry fast and go on smooth for virtually flawless results that keep your job moving. It's available in oil and water-based, and getting it is easy. Order online by 2 p.m. and get free same-day delivery right to your job site. Lowe's, we help, you save. Orders placed after 2 p.m. will be delivered next day. Valid in select zip codes. Subject to driver availability. More terms apply.
This college football season, show your school spirit every time you pay. Introducing college-branded Venmo debit cards. Rep your team on and off the field with custom school designs that let everyone know who you root for. Whether you're tailgating, grabbing snacks for the watch party, or celebrating a win, you can unlock 15% cash back at ESPN, 1 free year of Perplexity Pro, and more. This college football season, score more with the Venmo debit card. Get yours now in the Venmo app. Learn more at venmo.com/collegecard.
Max cashback varies. Terms apply. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank, N.A. Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
ESPN New York is throwing a holiday party you don't want to miss. Join us Friday, December 12th at your mother's house in Garden City Park. We'll be broadcasting the Michael K. Show live from 1 to 3, followed by Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg from 3 to 7, all while supporting a great cause. Bring a toy to benefit the Garden of Dreams Foundation and help make the season brighter for local kids in need. It's the ESPN New York Holiday Party, Friday, December 12th, brought to you by Spike Dave, Speed, Security Dodge, Amazon Pickup, and ESPN New York.
So, Don, as we talked about, this was a very interesting weekend for the NFL on many levels. Each week, though, always has its own drama and stories. But because this one started with a big slate on Thanksgiving, which, by the way, pretty entertaining games on Thanksgiving. They were all pretty good, even though it didn't work my way. I went 0-3, man.
Oh, that's
what a day. I was like, come on. Nobody wants to help me? And I told you. See, you knew. The Lions and Cowboys don't win on the same day. So when the Lions lost, I'm like, well, now I know.
I know.
So,
it was listen, it was tough for you, but
tough.
still.
And then the big game Friday, and that was a really, like, if you're a Giants fan or a Cowboys fan, anybody that hates the Eagles, what a perfect game that was for you.
Because they're back to being dysfunctional again. And I don't know what's happening. They're still going to probably win the division, although Dallas might make it interesting here. But I don't know what the heck's going on in Philadelphia with the quarterback, and it's just a mess there. Chicago's now the 1 seed in the NFC. I mean, what's happening here? It's pretty incredible.
I have to correct myself
because
it felt like a shutout day. I did get the Bengals game right, but the problem.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because we both had. The Bengals.
But the problem is I made that my 1 point. So I get like what I got out of that was almost nothing. So that's probably why I was just by that point I was depressed because I really felt good about the first 2 games. And they didn't go my way.
And for the second consecutive year, Cincinnati might put themselves, after being 3-8, in a position to still make the playoffs. It is pretty. That's why
when
it's
you
so
have
frustrating.
The quarterback, Donnie. When you have the quarterback, but meanwhile, what came out of the weekend to me, the biggest story of all, was the fact that something that has been brewing in Pittsburgh for years really reared its ugly head in what was an ugly ending in a Steelers loss that. The crowd was chanting, "Fire Tomlin," and it was audible in the game. Audible,
incredible.
And that's now that leads you to, first of all, crowd chants don't lead to coaches being fired. A lot of times, though, with bad franchises, owners hear it, they get upset, they start mulling about, and next thing you know, the coach is going to get fired. But it's Mike Tomlin, who's been there forever, and it's also the Pittsburgh Steelers. Who've had, is it 3 coaches in the last 40 years, right? They have not really gone through a lot of coaches.
Noel first year was 69.
God, more than 40.
So,
50 years?
3 coaches in over 50.
Right, Cowher was in between, and then Tomlin.
Cowher and Tomlin. So 3 coaches. Well, I was born in 68, so in 56 years.
Damn. I didn't realize it was
pretty
50.
incredible.
I'm like thinking 40. Is it like 40?
Right.
56 years. So you don't expect... Like, you don't expect an overreaction, but this is, I've never heard it.
It's
that noticeable and that dramatic. And just real quick, Mike Tomlin heard it and didn't pretend that he didn't.
I know how restless and frustrated I was, and so I assumed they were in the same state we were in.
He heard it.
No. It's kind of like Boone with the Yankees. In the sense that a lot of people would love to have the Yankees' problems of finishing above 500 every year, going to the playoffs.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's been so long since they won a playoff game. And I think the fans are just tired of, we finish 9-8 every year. And this year they go out and get the quarterback. And it is odd from afar, especially here in New York, to see fans chanting for a coach's job when they drop to 6-6. And are still very much alive for a playoff spot. But I think those fans are savvy enough to realize that it's just not working to the level that they expect. And that was the most rushing yards they allowed at the new stadium, which opened in 2001. And it was the most yards allowed on the ground by a Pittsburgh team since 1975.
By the same team, the Bills.
By the same team.
O.J. Simpson.
Yeah, O.J. Simpson. I think they put up like 320 that day. So not quite as bad, but when you do something negative for the first time in 50 years, and it looks a lot like it's looked for the last decade, where you finish slightly above 500, you sneak into the playoffs, you lose your first playoff game. It's been a decade since they've won. I can understand the frustration. Now, would I take him as my coach? I would, because I'm not in, the Steeler land where, I'd like to finish above 500. I'd like to make the playoffs again. Mm-hmm. But I can understand their frustration. So it's not like the Yankees where our standard is, winning or death. But I can understand when it's been a decade of the exact same thing every single year that the frustration is finally mounting. And the one thing they thought they had in their pocket, a great defense, is getting gouged on the ground. I mean, the Bills walked into that game last night, Alan, with zero intention to throw the ball downfield. Didn't have to.
They
didn't have to.
It's almost like they ran the same play.
Same play. Stop it. And they knew that Pittsburgh wouldn't stop it. So, yeah, they got in a little trouble with the turnover early, and that's something that's been a bugaboo for the Bills. They've turned the ball over, I think, 12 times in the last 4 games or something ridiculous. But even Pittsburgh couldn't take advantage of those turnovers. And once Pittsburgh didn't score off that interception by Allen on that first drive, you felt like eventually they're going to cave, and they did, giving up 21 straight points in the second half. So even though you lost to a team that's better than you, you're still very much alive and still a 500 team going into Week 14. I can understand a Steeler fan saying, I've seen this movie. I see how it ends for the last decade. We got to try to change something up.
19 seasons, not once a losing record. They haven't had a losing record, I mean, in his entire career. And right now at 6-6, that's on the verge. So if you're a Giants fan and you have a job open, aren't you saying to yourself, oh, please do us a favor and fire him. Please do us a favor and make him available. Adam Schefter on Get Up this morning caught my attention when he gave his again, informed opinion on what could happen in Pittsburgh.
That Mike Tomlin's going to leave. It'll be his decision, and they'll come to a meeting and decide mutually that he should move on. And if that were the case, he would be going away the number 1 head coaching candidate. He could be the top head coaching candidate. He could be the number 1 broadcasting candidate. He could do whatever he wants. But we'll see if this is the time. The fans want that because they're tired of the fact that the Steelers haven't won a playoff game since 2016. Think about that. In this sport, how can you go that long without winning a playoff game and hold on to your job? On the other hand, you could say, well, he's never had a losing season. Right. And how impressive is that? So there's the dichotomy, but they're not going to fire him.
So Shefty said it's not that Tomlin would be fired, but there is that caveat of it. At the end of the season, if they both feel like it's time to move on, and Tomlin feels that way and the Steelers feel that way, Mike Tomlin would become a coaching candidate, a free agent immediately. And if you're the Giants, it has to be done. It has to be the only play you want to make.
And both things can be right. Because I know Steeler fans. I'm very good friends, Carmine, who I grew up with, big Steeler fan, and he wants Tomlin out, and Danny from Long Island calls all the time. Tomlin. Both could be true. Yep. It's time for them to move on in Pittsburgh, but it could still work someplace else, especially with the Giants who are trying to get to the consistency that Pittsburgh has had. Now, we may fast forward 5 years from now, and I'm banging my head against the wall going, I can't believe we can't get anywhere with Tomlin. But right now, I need to get out of the muck and the mire that is the Giants organization right now. And I think Tomlin would add that kind of stability. And they've got the quarterback, and he obviously has a defensive sensibility, which is where the Giants need to improve, right? They're going to be looking for a D coordinator, so I'm sure there'd be plenty of guys that he would love to be able to tap into with his expertise to try to improve that defense. So I think both could be true. His time in Pittsburgh is over. Steeler fans are going to get their wish. But of the candidates that are out there, Alan, that it could be available, if Tomlin's available, tell me who you would want above him.
Above him.
That has that kind of a resume.
800-919-3776. Do you agree or disagree? Because it's bubbling in Pittsburgh, and when it gets where there's smoke, there's fire. Yeah. And so right now we're seeing the smoke coming up in Pittsburgh. If Mike Tomlin does at the end of this season become available, is he the first and only call the Giants should make? 800-919-3776. We'll get into them as they play on Monday Night Football tonight against the Patriots with Jackson Dart back under center. Lots more to get to. Stay with us. Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Some stages celebrate. This one tests everything. Every drive, every approach, every putt. Pressure builds. Resilience matters. And history waits for the bold. In June, the 2026 U.S. Open Championship returns to the Hamptons at the iconic Shinnecock Hills Golf Club. Experience the world's best golfers competing on one of the sport's most storied stages. Don't just watch greatness, experience it live at the 126th U.S. Open. Daily tickets are available now on SeatGeek.
The holidays are here, and Amazon Pickup is your MVP of package pickup. Need that perfect gift like a brand new jersey for the big game? With Amazon Pickup, you can grab your order from secure Amazon lockers or counters near you on your schedule at no extra cost. It's fast, it's easy, and it keeps your holiday surprises tucked safely away. So whether you're running from work or heading to the holiday party, Amazon Pickup makes holiday shopping worry-free. Find your nearest Amazon Pickup location at amazon.com/pickupmvp. That's amazon.com/pickupmvp.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Every aspect of your business will operate better and faster with artificial intelligence. AI is a race, and companies that act first will win. Thrive Managed AI is your advantage over all your competitors. Thrive partners with you on a smart, secure AI strategy for your business. Then they deploy and manage it for you. Be first and win the race with Thrive Managed AI. Start with a complimentary strategy consultation at thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com.
If your car is out of warranty, one major repair bill could wipe you out. Just ask Ludacris.
Car breakdowns can wreck your wallet. Without Endurance, a worn-out timing belt could cost you $1,700. A busted transmission, that's $4,000 easy. An engine meltdown, $7,000. But if you've got Endurance, you could never pay out of pocket for a car repair again. With Endurance, your car's most expensive parts are covered. Plus, you pick the mechanic you trust to do the work. With Endurance, your rate stays the same no matter how many claims you file.
If your car is under 20 years old, Endurance has you covered with unlimited miles. Plus, your plan includes 24/7 roadside assistance anywhere in the country. Choose the name Ludacris trusts, Endurance. Right now, get $300 off any plan, plus a year of elite benefits, a $2,000 value, free. All backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. For your free quote, call 800-431-8958. 800-431-8958. 800-431-8958.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
403 in the big city with Don LaGreca. I'm Alan Hahn. 800-919-3776 to be part of the conversation. Before we get into the Giants who played tonight, you'll hear more details on that momentarily. Let's get into a game time, Donnie, brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time,
it's Charlie time. All the time.
Pause for effect, of course.
Yes, of course.
Donnie's Devils hosting the Blue Jackets tonight at 7 at the Rock. Got Nets and Hornets like you dream about in Brooklyn at 7:30.
Woo.
And when I say dream, I mean you can take a nice nap. And then, of course, you have the Giants and the Patriots. Monday Night Football, 8:15, ABC, ESPN. And Jackson Dart under center for the Giants. We'll get into that momentarily. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. On the Steelers, chance in Pittsburgh of fire Tomlin. Adam Schefter is saying to anyone who will listen, they're not going to fire him. But he does leave the caveat of, but at the end of the season, if Tomlin feels like it's time and the Steelers feel like it's time and they come to a mutual agreement to part ways, where the Giants are looking for a head coach, and could Don just said it minutes ago, there couldn't be a better candidate to get them organized, get them right, get them back on track as a franchise available. There's not a better candidate available than Mike Tomlin. And we ask, do you agree or disagree? Because he's a Steeler fan and he talks a lot about Tomlin and the Steelers, I think, Don, we should start with Danny on Long Island.
Yes,
Danny?
makes sense.
Danny, is right now I'm like, my mental state is I'm on the Titanic. I'm sitting on the deck. It's going down. I'm at peace. I'm having like a nice warm brandy as chaos around me. And I just accepted that this team stinks. The coach is no longer doing the job. And, I listened to all these things. And, 3rd and 9 play, we ran a running play. Late in the game, 4th and 2, we ran up the middle. Romo was aghast at the play selection. We're running 3 tight ends out on the field, running a wing T like it's 1937. This is the offense that Mike Tomlin wants to run. So is that what the Giants have with Dart? No. They have a completely different type of a play, and they need to I think he get hired, but I don't. Mike Tomlin, let's talk about the coaching tree. 0. Not one. Not one coach has ever gone on for Mike Tomlin assistant to be a head coach. We had Brian Flores as our assistant defensive coordinator. We wouldn't re-sign him because he wanted to be the assistant coach. It's Mike's way or the highway. Arthur Smith is a horrendous offensive coordinator. That was our pick because we don't want to throw the ball over the middle. It's too dangerous. So Mike will be hired, but Mike deserves to be fired at the end of the season because it's just chaos now. I mean, it's sad to see people booing. And now I like to welcome everybody to my position that with most of the Steeler fans who watch it every day for the past 5 years. When you just check in on national television, you don't really get the gist. You see the record. But, you talk about, you said he hasn't won a playoff game in 10 years. What NFL coach could have a Hall of Fame quarterback for all that time and then not win a playoff game? And then he chose Small Hands Pickens. That was his guy. Threw him out for this guy. I mean, it's just been one bad coaching decision, one bad personnel decision after another. We're re-signing Watt to a horrendous contract when he's invisible on the field now. Case Hayward gets an extension. This was all in to be the best defense he ever had. That's his words, 100% wrong. So is he going to get fired? Most likely. Do I hope he gets his 9-8 record? Whatever. Then we have the longest winning streak of 500 in a row. We'll beat the Cowboys' record of 20. Yay, we're 9-8. Talk about how bad things have fallen. For 20 years, Ravens-Steelers was the game of the year for everybody. Prime time. We're 1 o'clock on Sunday.
Isn't that crazy?
Let's get this one out of the way.
But there is something.
That's a great point, Danny.
And I think everything Danny is saying is right. It's ran its course there for sure. But that doesn't mean it can't work with the Giants because I do think that there is something to the stability of not bottoming out. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot to Steeler fans. Oh, boy, we didn't bottom out, but we haven't won since they beat the Cardinals and haven't won a playoff game in 9 years, despite the fact that we're always close to being there. But I think there is something to the consistency of always knowing you're going to be in the conversation and just try to get back. Now, he's got money on his contract through 2027. So I don't think the Steelers are going to let him walk without some sort of compensation. Now, I don't know if the Giants and the Rooneys have the kind of relationship where they're going to waive the compensation, but I also don't think it's going to be a first-round pick either. Mm-hmm. But Tomlin's not going to come for free, Alan. If he's got 2 years left on his contract, the Steelers are going to want something back.
Well, you're not getting a first for him, right?
No, I mean I wouldn't give a first for him.
Like especially if you agree to, if you're going to part ways,
you're going to right. But I would
it's
think
going to be mutual. Now,
right?
Will they have to? Maybe they'd have to fire him. But if they know, listen, we know the minute we fire him, he's getting a job somewhere else, so we should get something for this.
But I understand what Adam Schefter's saying when he says that they're not going to fire him, but I think people are reading it the wrong way. They're not going to fire him because they're too classy an organization. It might be just like I want something for the guy. I got 2 years left on the contract. Yeah. He's a hot commodity. Yep. He's gonna have a job offer in 5 minutes. I'm gonna want something back.
Agree.
For him. So, but because the Maras and the Rooneys have such a close relationship, they might not ask for the moon and the stars, but they're gonna ask for something.
When was the last time a coach was a quote unquote trade? Was it Gruden?
Probably, yeah.
Or did it happen prior? Because that's also something to keep in mind is what is the pressing? Because I thought Gruden was an expensive get.
Well, it's up to the Steelers. How again, it's only 2 years on the contract, but I'm sure they'll have the right.
Oh, Sean Payton.
Yeah,
that's right. Because it was more recent. So a first and a second. Oof, it's a lot.
You know what? I'd like Tomlin. I'm not giving that up.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. Because think of what that first-round pick is going to be for the Giants, right?
Yeah.
In all likelihood, it's going to be a top 10 pick.
Yeah.
That's a lot to –
That's a lot.
No.
But it didn't end great for Sean Payton in New Orleans either. But that's a lot. Damn. Yeah. I forgot that was that the Broncos acquired him, like that did it that way. I totally forgot about it. But that's a real thing you've got to consider, right? It is amazing, though. So the Ravens host the Steelers, and that division is up for grabs.
Up for grabs.
It's still there.
Steelers were the leaders going in.
That game's at 1 o'clock on CBS.
And it deserves to be.
Here's the 425s that, well, actually it's a CBS game. So the 405 CBS game is Denver and Vegas.
Yeah, you can't put the Raiders at 425.
You can't move that game, right?
No.
And then Fox has the 425s. So unless you flex to Sunday night's game is the Chiefs hosting the Texans.
You know what's interesting?
You're not flexing out the Chiefs.
You know I know what Danny's saying, but by the schedule that you gave me, if CBS had the doubleheader, they'd be at 425. Because it's still the Steelers with a huge fan base. It's a battle for first place. So Danny's reading it as it's at 1 o'clock because both teams stink. No, it's at 1 o'clock because CBS doesn't have the doubleheader.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's just it's opportunity more than anything else.
Because you had the Chiefs Colts were 1 o'clock last week. Yep. That's a 425, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But they didn't have the doubleheader, so they had to put it on at 1 o'clock.
Let's continue with the calls on this. Carlos, LBI, what's up, Los?
Hey, what's happening, guys? I appreciate you guys taking the call. I've actually talked to each and every one of you at one time or another, so I do appreciate it. But Danny is 100% right. I'm a huge Steeler fan. I'm 58 years old. I've been watching the Steelers since like 3rd, 4th grade, and he was given a fantastic team from Bill Cowher. He never won. He couldn't beat Brady. He could not beat Belichick and Brady. And one of Tomlin's worst attributes is that he doesn't adjust ever in these games. He goes into halftime, comes out, no adjustments. I don't want to be repetitive to all the stuff Danny already laid out there, but the dude is 100% right. If you watch this team week in and week out like I do, you just want to kill yourself. The play selection is horrible, always. I don't even know why they went and got Jonnu Smith from Miami. To me, Freiermuth should be part of the offense more. He's actually probably the second best receiver on the team. I mean, that was a horrible pickup. I mean, they went and they grabbed all these guys right at the end of their careers. I mean, these guys 3 years ago, 5 years ago, this is a great team. But this team that they've put on the field every weekend, you could see it. They're tired. They just don't have it. And a lot of this is Tomlin doesn't get these guys motivated. How do you not win? How do you not come up with a better game than what they put out there yesterday, given the fact that Cincinnati handed them first place by beating the Ravens?
Yep.
It was unbelievable. I would have thought they were going to come out fired up.
Well, I think the thing you should be the most pissed off about, honestly,
interesting.
Is that the Bills had no intention to throw the ball downfield, just ran it right down your throat. And there's nothing more embarrassing for a defense to not be able to stop the run,
especially at home.
Same play over and over and over again, and that was the Bills' game.
You're getting beast moded at home,
yeah, and it's not even like, and it's not Josh Allen doing it. They just running the ball down your throat. And listen, the Bills can do it. All right, the Bills are one of the best running teams in the league, but when you're doing something that hadn't been done in 50 years. Giving up 200-plus yards on the ground, and the team had I think he threw one pass over 15 yards the entire game. That just told you, we know how to beat you, we're going to beat you, and that's embarrassing.
Now, you could also see the problems you have. Again, Freiermuth should be more of a target. I don't understand why he's not, because he's good. And, yes, I mean, DK has had moments, but they really are not. For whatever reason, it doesn't seem like they've got enough weapons. And then Rodgers, like how much – I can't help but say, how much of this is Rodgers and Arthur Smith? You know what I mean? But the defense, that's Tomlin.
Well,
and you cannot get beast. There's another word I want to use, but you can't use it on the air. You can't get beast moded like that on your home field.
No,
the
you
way
can't
they
do
got
it.
manhandled,
and it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen to that. It hadn't happened in 50 years. It's crazy. It happened in '75. That team was good, but
it was also
Buffalo
O.J.
Bills
Simpson.
and O.J. Simpson that did it to you. Okay.
Yeah.
So it was a different world and different mindset than what's happening there. You got punked. You got punked in your own building, and at a 425 game. Now the Bills are good, but the Bills weren't right going in either, and they got right in that game. But I guess the question for Danny and the last caller is, does it mean it can't work someplace else?
Right.
different level in Philly with Andy Reid, because Andy Reid was losing in the championship game every year. All right, so he was winning playoff games, but I heard the Eagle fans saying, we're done with Andy Reid, and then he goes to Kansas City, and he's one of the greatest coaches in history.
And there's Mike McCarthy, who had success in Green Bay, and it ran out. He double-digit wins. If you look at his career record, I think he's got like 7 or 8 double-digit win seasons. It's insane. So he has success. But it wore out in Green Bay, especially with Rodgers. He goes to Dallas. He gets them winning double digits, right? Yep. But they also realize that the offense doesn't get you where it needs to be when it comes winning time, playoff time. And they ran out of patience with him with an antiquated offensive system. Is it like the same thing? What I'm noticing already is the Steelers fans are saying buyer beware to Giants fans. I'm wondering how Giants fans feel, though, because like you're saying, a new broom sweeps clean. What might be stale in Pittsburgh will be fresh in New York, and maybe it also for Tomlin. So who knows if it can work, but the resume still speaks as anything that the Giants have had the last 10 years doesn't even come close to what he's done in Pittsburgh.
I don't have the audacity to sit here and try to pick the next head coach that's going to win me a Super Bowl. I'm looking to get out of embarrassment.
There you go.
I want the problem of finishing 9-8 every year and not being able to win a playoff game. Then I'll address that. Then maybe I'll have Tomlin here kind of stabilize it, and maybe I'll be right with the Steeler fans 4 years, 5 years from now, screaming about got to rid of this guy.
Love to be there.
But get me back to respectability. Get me back to where the Giants were when they fired Coughlin.
Like, boo-hoo, I won 12 games. I'm so mad, right? Like, that's where you want to be.
When I was reading Jordan Rodon's book, going over those years with Odell and firing Coughlin, I'm like, I long for flirting with 500 and missing the playoff. Why can't we get there? So I am admitting I am coming from a much different place than Steeler fans have been for the last
One
decade.
man's trash is another man's treasure.
Exactly.
Joe out in Holbrook. What's up, Joe? You're up next.
What's going on, fellas? If you're a football fan and you follow football, you know that he's not the guy that the Giants need or want. Honestly, resume, schmesume, don't put me in purgatory like the Steelers fans have been for, 10 years? I don't want that. Give me something fresh. Give me something new. Give me something that's going to take Jackson Dart and aid him in
Now, Joe, I'm going to
development.
Joe, let me say this, because you started out by saying if you know football or are a football fan, which is to assume that Don and I are talking here completely out of our ass, which is not true.
Right.
Well,
all right?
Well,
what I'm saying is, hang on, because you want something, but you want something fresh. And I'm saying to you,
I want something that's not broken.
I get. Well, you're saying you want something fresh, so you want the next big coordinator name, right?
I want Mike Kafka. We put up 30 points.
Oh, wow.
Well, listen, I'm not disagreeing with you. I mean, I got to start with seeing some wins.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Win tonight, which I think they can. I really
2-10 team in football, man.
I feel good.
Football team I've ever watched.
Right, and the Patriots might be one of the worst 10-2 teams. Although but I need to see it. I mean, don't keep losing games the way you were losing them under Dable. He's not going to have a chance. I'm not mad at that opinion.
I hear you.
And
Thanks, Joe.
I'd like Kafka. I'd like them to finish strong. And if they do, here's what I'll say, Alan.
All right.
If they play well, now run the table. That's ridiculous. But if they beat the Patriots tonight,
right?
All right, and because how many games they have left? They have 5 games left. If they finish 3-2. And look good in every game, I would probably want to have Kafka over Tomlin. But if they're going to blow it up, of the candidates that are out there, give me something I know. And I do follow football, and I do know football, and I know his limitations. But I also think that there's good there to get the Giants back to respectability and kind of go from there. I mean, the guy did win a Super Bowl. You could say it was with Cowher's guys, whatever. They were done with Cowher. He comes in. He wins a Super Bowl. I think it's gotten old. It's gotten stale for sure. But I'm not ready to say that it can't work with Mike Tomlin.
No, you can't be that arrogant to say, oh, I don't even want to talk to him. Now, if you think about the rest of the season, this is why tonight's game is so interesting to me. And while Anthony, the Giant fan across the glass from me,
He's
is broken and just miserable. He's only happy when he's miserable right now as a fan. And his teams are doing this to him, so it's not his fault. But this game, if I were a Giants fan, would have me leaning forward a little bit. Because, and I'm glad that's what Joe said. I'm fine with Mike Kafka. Was his quote, "They're the most entertaining 2-10 team I've ever seen"?
Or best.
Or best? Did he say best?
They might be.
Because they are in every game.
Yeah.
All they do is blow fourth quarter leads, but that means they have a lead. And you have this game against a New England team that is really starting to prove itself to be, they are back, right? The Evil Empire's back. They have the quarterback. They have a head coach that we know has a resume and knows what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
But somehow, some way, give me a game tonight, because here's what's left. The Commanders, without Daniels.
Right.
And Marcus Mariota. I mean, he has moments where you're like, oh, maybe. And then you go, nope, never mind. Then they play the Vikings. Did you see J.J. McCarthy this weekend? I mean, 0 points.
No, well, he's a concussion protocol.
But he's not good. Their offense is not good. They didn't score.
No, they're shot.
So there's that. Then they got the Raiders. Another dead stick, like you like to say. And they finished the season at home against the Cowboys in a game that might not mean anything for the Cowboys. You don't know. It might mean everything, because they do feel like an it team right now.
Yeah.
So that game might be huge for them. But to me, that's 3 games after tonight that look like games you should win, or at least, dare I say, could win.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're looking for, like, you were just trying to school me about how important it is for Aaron Glenn to win games at the end of the season, so it looks right, so you feel like you're heading in the right direction, right?
Right.
It's the same thing for Mike Kafka.
Oh, no question, because you got to get that stink of losing off you. So I liked the way they played against the Packers and the Lions.
Yeah.
Both the games that Kafka coached. I thought it looked better, even though it finished the same, blowing a fourth quarter lead.
Right.
I thought they lost to better teams. They were in the game. Could have very easily won those games, okay? But that's going to get old if that's the way the next 5 games go.
Of course.
And it's like, now you –
well, you're either coaching it or allowing it to happen.
Yeah, so then it's over.
Well,
so you got to win a few of them.
They got rid of Bowen, so now you want to see what the defense looks like, right?
Now, there's a tall order, but if you beat the Patriots tonight, and I'm not ruling it out, man. For some reason, I feel good about this game. The Patriots only blew out a handful of teams, and lately it's always been a one-score game, and the Giants, it's always been a one-score game. Giants do have that. I know it's a lot of different players and coaches and everything else, but there's just the Giants seem to have the Patriots number, and it's a wacky year. This is the kind of year where a 2-10 team is going to, on Monday Night Football, walk into Foxborough, beat a 10-2 team. But if they do that, well, then you can't lose by 3 touchdowns to the Commanders without their starting quarterback.
Of course.
So if you beat the Commanders and you play hard against Minnesota, and maybe you lose on a last-second field goal if McCarthy's healthy, and then you do the same against the Cowboys, that's different. But you got to win some games, man. And if you beat the Patriots in Foxborough, there's really no reason to think you can't win at least 2 more games down the stretch, be in every game that you play, and it just look a lot better. But to keep losing the same way, then you got to move on.
Yeah.
You have to move on.
Yeah, which is, again,
no matter how it looks.
Why tonight does, at least to me, feel like one of those. For a 2-10 team, you're leaning forward. You're leaning forward. You're watching this game, and you're trying to see, is there something here? Especially now with Dart back under center.
Yes.
Because that kid, if he's done anything already this season, has proven that when he plays, you have a chance to win.
And you're excited because Winston looks so good in the 2 games that Kafka coached him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now you got, in theory, a better quarterback in Dart. Like, it should look even better.
Yeah, you would hope so. By theory, it should.
Yeah.
So we'll see. All right, Giants and the Patriots tonight on Monday Night Football. Coming up next, though, we have an NFL binge with Pusick and more. And your calls at 800-919-3776, because Mike Tomlin they are chanting "Fire Tomlin" in Pittsburgh. And so with the Giant job open, that's what we're wondering. We've heard some Steelers fans saying buyer beware. But as a Giants fan, are you saying, no, I'm all in on bringing in a guy that all he does is have winning seasons? Because if you're a Giants fan, you haven't had that in a long time. Stay with us. Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
This fall, don't sit on the sideline because of pain. If you're tired of waking up stiff, fighting neck, back, or joint pain, and missing out on the things you love, it's time to take action. Call Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain, New Jersey's top pain specialist. Dr. Shaw is an Ivy League trained, double board certified, and laser focused on one thing: getting you back in the game. Living pain-free, no surgery, no cuts, no downtime. Just precise image-guided treatments that deliver real results. Whether it's sciatica, nerve pain, migraine, or chronic joint pain, Dr. Shaw will personalize a non-surgical game plan just for you without pain medication. Same day and next day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. Most major insurances are accepted, so what are you waiting for? Don't let pain keep you out of the action this season. Visit Sandwell Pain to text, call, or book online. You'll wish you met Dr. Jay Shaw a lot sooner. Relief starts today, and victory over pain is closer than you think.
The FanDuel Sportsbook app is your home for all your favorite NFL bets, from yards to touchdowns to who will win. With FanDuel, any play can be the play of the game. Tonight, FanDuel is giving all customers a 30% PBT. That's right, you can get in on the action with a 30% PBT this Monday night. So make FanDuel your go-to app for any snap. Just visit FanDuel.com/K to bet on the game. Tonight, FanDuel is giving all customers a 30% PBT. That's right, you can get in on the action with a 30% PBT this Monday night. Play your game with FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. 21 plus and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with the gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Alan Hahn here to tell you about my friends at Bathfitter. They remodeled a bath in my house, converting a tub into a shower. The result, amazing. Bathfitter offers custom bath renovations, including their unique PermaFit solution for a watertight fit. It's done in one day, easy to clean, durable with no demo, no mess, and it costs less than a standard replacement. Take advantage of their biggest sale of the year. Save up to $800 on a complete Bathfitter system. See their website or call for details and start designing your bath today at bathfitter.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. Right now, your best ride to the outbound George Henry Hudson, second choice West Side Highway northbound. Stop and go there from the 79th Street Boat Basin. Inbound George, stick with the lower deck if you can. Upper level, about a 10 to 15 minute ride. Outbound Lincoln, your best bet, about 10 to 15 minutes. Outbound Hung at around 20 to 30. And once you're on the Jersey side, might want to stay away from the Turnpike extension westbound. Crash on top of the Newark Bay Bridge. You're backed up there in jam from Liberty State Park in Jersey City. Picking up some slowdowns on the Staten Island Expressway westbound, heading over to the West Shore, hitting the brakes there from the Verrazano. After that, moving well at the Goethals Bridge, getting into Jersey. This report is sponsored by the Positive Coaching Alliance. Questions about youth or high school sports? Well, the PCA can help. It's a national nonprofit developing better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. More info at positivecoach.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Audiences and top critics are celebrating. Rental Family is the perfect feel-good movie of the year.
What do you need me for? We need a token white guy.
Academy Award winner Brendan Fraser delivers a masterful performance.
This girl needs a father.
I hate you.
She hates me. That's what being a parent is.
In this tender and funny film about the importance of connection.
This is amazing.
It's cool, but it's fake.
Sometimes it's okay to pretend.
Rental Family, now playing only in theaters. Rated PG-13. May be inappropriate for children under 13.
Hey, it's Reese Davis. Let's be honest, we can't keep an eye on everything. Unless you've got Blink Outdoor 4 cameras. While you're focused on the game, Blink's keeping an eye on your home.
With up to 2-year battery life and with Sync Module XR, you can cover more space without constant maintenance. No wires, no worries. Blink helps keep an eye on what matters most. Get Blink today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
This is...
We're going to rub football all over ourselves today. I did consume a lot of football back in the day, pre-kids, in my underwear.
The NFL Binge.
You watching every game, buddy? Are you watching?
We're too busy talking about things that we were streaming over the weekend.
Oh, really?
Binging, if you will.
Oh, we were binging. But instead we have an NFL binge. And Anthony Pusick will take over from here.
Well, thank you. Hi, Alan. Hi, Don. How we doing?
Hello.
Oh, wow.
Hey.
I think all of Jersey heard that one.
How's your day going?
It's going good. We had
How you doing?
If you look at if you looked at the slate, you weren't overly impressed because a lot of the big games were taken on Thursday and Friday.
Yeah, Thursday was good. Thursday, Friday were, and those were entertaining.
They were good games,
right?
Very good games.
They had for different reasons, of course.
You didn't have a good time. No, but they were good games. But we did get some interesting results yesterday that will lead to playoff implications and exciting games this week. First, we had an upset in Carolina.
4-man rush. They're bringing pressure. Eric Brown strips the ball. Picked up by Carolina. DJ Wadham recovers the fumble, takes it to midfield. There's Derek Brown making the play of the game.
They sound emotional.
Stompage on the Panthers radio network.
Did you hear him, though? It was like as if he was in tears with that happening. By the way, Stafford doesn't turn the ball over.
No.
And he just a mess in this game.
Did a lot.
A mess. Did not expect it.
So the Panthers took down the MVP favorite, Matthew Stafford, 31-28. Carolina entered the game as 9.5-point dogs, marking its 7th upset win in the season, the most by any team before December 1st in the Super Bowl era since 1966. This is tied for the second largest upset win across the NFL season. The only larger upset came in Week 9 when Carolina took down the Packers at Lambeau as 13.5-point dogs.
13.5. I remember that.
Hey, wake up, Vegas.
Fourth time in team history they've won multiple games outright as an underdog of at least 9 points.
Wow.
And, of course, the most important part for us, and it was important for the Panthers as well, they're keeping themselves alive in the NFC South. With the Rams' loss, there's a 3-way tie for the best record in the NFC at 9-3 with the Seahawks and the Bears. So you've got, right now, I believe the Bears are the top seed.
Yes.
In the NFC.
They are 9-3.
And the Seahawks and Rams do play each other one more time, if I'm not mistaken.
Of course they do.
So this makes the NFC very, very interesting.
And Seahawks are, I don't know if they're quiet, but I don't think they're getting talked about as much as the Bears because the Bears are such a surprise. But
they're quiet, I think.
You know, listen, it's not, it's not the Legion of Boom. That they don't have the home field that they used to have back in the day. But
it's the offense, Don.
They're well coached.
They are, and
very well coached.
They are very well coached.
They might have the best receiver in football this year in Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Yes.
He's playing unbelievable.
He's terrific, yeah.
Yes. Instant chemistry with him and Sam.
So that's worked out pretty nicely.
And we're rooting for Sam.
I am.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we like Sam here. The Bills, we mentioned the Steelers and we mentioned the fire Tomlin. Well, why did all that happen? Well, it's because the Bills put a hurting on him.
Allen, quarterback draw, runs to the right, down to the 5, big body, slamming him around, still on his feet, touchdown Buffalo.
Steve Levy on ESPN Radio.
I don't like that rule, man. I don't think you should be able to aid a ball carrier. He was stopped. And who was just launched his body and it just drove Allen into the end zone.
Shoved him in like you were getting on a crowded subway car.
And Romo brought up the tush push. That's why the tush push is legal, because you can do that.
Yeah.
There was a time you could not aid the ball carrier.
You ever
that would
do
have
that?
Stopped at the 1.
You ever do that? Like the doors can't close and like someone is just like trying to get on and you just, all right, let's go. And
well, it's either that or the people
shove them right into the car.
The door opens and they sit in their little spot.
Oh, yeah.
That's right next to the door because this is my spot.
That's
it's like,
usually
that's
what
great,
happens.
but we're going to have to move you out of the way.
Yeah,
so
you got to go. And so the door's about to close and I need to get on. So here we go. You ready? Tush push.
Boom.
3, 2, 1. Boom.
Very funny that now weeks later that tush push fumble that wasn't for the Giants against the Eagles then was a fumble this week against the Bears. Funny how that works out. Anyway, it did not start well for the Bills. They only scored 3 points over the first 28 minutes of the game, but then scored 23 unanswered. They win 26-7. And the Steelers now have lost 5 of their last 7 after starting the season, as we know, with a 4-1 record. And we have more ties with the Steelers lost. Pittsburgh and Baltimore are not at the top of the AFC North with 6-6 records, with the Ravens holding a 58% chance to win the division per ESPN Analytics as of Sunday evening, subject to change this morning. Now, guys, we saw the Bengals win. We saw the Steelers lose. Of course, the Ravens lost because they played the Bengals. In your mind's eye, Susan's, who is going to win the AFC North?
I still think it's the Ravens.
A hard time trusting them, but who else can you trust in that division? You know what I mean?
I say not the Steelers for sure.
No, you can't trust the Steelers where they are right now. And Rodgers is banged up. Like he can't move.
But could you imagine the story?
Imagine.
Don't say it.
If Joe Burrow finds a way.
I think their schedule's too tough, though.
Let's. You know what? We're sharing a brain.
Yeah, let's take a gander at that.
I'm going to take a little peek here.
They mentioned it during the broadcast because
you ready?
For some reason I just didn't have a hankering to go into the 17-degree wind chill that was Buffalo when we landed on Thanksgiving night, so I stayed in and watched the football game.
Probably the right move.
Smart.
Because we were like, let's walk around and look for a bar. I'm like, nah, you know what?
Nope.
Walk around and look for not even know the destination you want to go to.
The anchor bar is all you need.
I love wings.
So... Very random, but I love it.
But that was like, just the way he said it was terrific.
So they play at Buffalo.
Obviously not a gimme.
No.
And then they host the Ravens.
That's, in my mind, the way the Ravens are playing, that's a win for the...
Host the Ravens, nevermore. At Miami, which would be like a vacation. It's a Sunday night game. God, my God, who the hell?
They should
on
score
December 21st.
They should score 35.
Lord have mercy. And then after Christmas, they host the Cardinals.
Oh.
They end the season home against the Browns. So you're talking about 3 of the last 5 are home.
If you beat the Bills.
The one road game is at Miami, like I said, which is going to feel like a vacation. And it's the Bills game, the one that really. But hosting the Ravens becomes the must win.
Well, yes.
But dude, what is their record right now?
4-8
now.
Come on.
Listen, do you have any confidence?
You have to win out.
Look, I don't have any confidence in this Ravens team, even with Lamar Jackson.
Last year they were 3-8.
4 wins doesn't do it.
And were literally eliminated on the final day of the regular season.
Yeah, no, I know.
So there's a history there. I would not rule out the possibility, but it's going to be tough.
That doesn't help my cause of getting Joe Burrow to the Jets.
No, it does not.
By fleeting, desperate calls.
The price went up, and by that I mean the non-existent price because he's going nowhere.
He's going nowhere.
The ESPN Wild Card Game Bowl has gotten more interesting.
Stroud hands it off on a reverse to Nico Collins. He's got space to run. He runs it into the end zone for a touchdown. A good block by Dalton Schultz and Xavier Hutchinson to clear the path there for Nico Collins for the touchdown.
George Sedano on ESPN Radio. That is a Houston Texans 20-16 win over the Colts. The Texans have now won 4 straight, and Don knows why I called it the ESPN Wildcard Bowl, because the AFC South winner, more often than not, usually is not a top seed and usually plays on Wildcard weekend.
I will bet a significant amount of money. All right, I will go 4 figures. Okay,
4
that
figures.
If the Colts play the Texans in the playoffs, there is 0 shot that's on Sunday. It'll either be the first game on Saturday or the Monday game.
It's right. It's the noon Saturday game.
Yeah,
right.
Well, as I mentioned,
the NFL will decide. We're gonna have a new Thursday package in Wild Card Week.
Friday morning.
Put that Thursday afternoon.
And of course, with the Colts loss and Jacksonville's thromping of the Titans 25-3.
Thromping. I love
thromp.
Right. You know what?
I made it. I think I made the word.
I like it because it's a
It's different.
It's a thumping and a romp at the same time.
Yeah.
But there's also something like,
I had to find different.
There's something sexual about it, too. It checks 3 boxes. It does.
We had to find a different way to say the Titans lost because it's getting to be, it's not 25-3, not good, But now Jacksonville, Indy, they're both tied for the best record in the division. Indy's lost 3 of their last 4 games. Jaguars and Colts will meet next week for the first time this season. So Jaguars and Colts play 2 times.
Yeah.
They still play 2 more times,
Yeah.
and those 2 are probably going to end up deciding the division. But Houston also playing very well.
Who do you trust?
Not the Colts.
All right, so you're out on the Colts.
Houston's defense is good.
Think about it. 3 weeks ago were best record in the league.
Yep.
And feeling like a lock to be in the AFC Championship game.
Well, I'm out because I'd never thought that the Daniel Jones thing was going to last, and now he's hurt. He's playing with a broken fibula.
Well, hairline fracture, but I get you.
But still,
he can't move laterally. No, it's not good.
He looked okay this weekend. It's
He's
not
still
like he looked
playing.
terrible. He's still playing. Out of all the quarterbacks, do you trust Trevor Lawrence or C.J. Stroud more? Unless one of you trusts Daniel Jones more, which I don't know how you
I would say whose defense do you trust?
Texans.
Yeah, well, there you go. The Texans.
And it's Houston. By a mile.
And then, Don, it is that. And then if it's Houston wins it, it is that Saturday game.
Oh, no doubt.
I'm telling
Joe
you,
and
it will
Troy
not
can
be
get some
Sunday.
nice barbecue. Or is that
Will
going
not
to be
be
no?
Sunday.
You know what? That'll be Chris Fowler, Dan Orlovsky, and Louis Riddick. I hope they have nice barbecue places down in
They certainly do.
down in Houston for them, because that's where that's going to
do.
And of course, I can't do an NFL binge
Without?
that's run by Peter Rosenberg
Oh, no.
without talking about the Sunday night game.
Now they bring the running back, McNichols, back and reset him to the right of Mariota. 2-point conversion. Denver with the blitz. On the way. Ball deflected by Nick Bonito, and the Broncos win it.
You suck, Busick. 850 KOA has the call. The 2-point conversion, no good for Washington to try to win it in overtime. Denver, 9-game winning streak. Broncos have overcome a deficit in each of their 9 games during their win
Which
streak,
is
breaking
crazy.
a tie with the 1980 Falcons.
Now,
For the longest streak.
what's the margin of victory in those 9 games combined? Like 10?
They're 10-2, and they could be 6-6.
Actually, you know what? I am curious to see what their margin of victory is.
Because I got to tell you,
overall, just for the whole season.
and I know their defense is good.
Let's see.
Bo Nix is
Point
fine.
differential is plus 66.
I don't
Well, they had to have some blowouts.
love
Yeah.
that team, and I could be all wet on that. I don't love that Broncos.
They do feel like a team that's going to get bounced in their first playoff game. Like
Bo Nix has moments where he gets it done when he needs to get it done, but there are also moments where he just looks like Bo Nix.
Like they'll
Right?
get right now they'd have the bye, right? And let's just go off of the fact that the way that
But would they have? Would they have
would
the
have
tiebreaker?
they have the tiebreaker over New England according to the playoff machine on ESPN. New England plays Buffalo in the first round as this stands. Who would win in New England? For the sake of this,
I don't know. I
don't
think we
know.
might have a scoreless tie in overtime.
Scoreless tie in overtime.
It would be 2 teams. Like, can the margin of victory be less than 1?
So
it just feels. It feels like neither team. I don't know.
Well, put it
man.
this way: if you think Buffalo, that's easy then. If you think Buffalo wins the game, they play Denver in Denver. The next round, who wins? Denver or Buffalo? Buffalo. Okay, that's the 7 seed.
Are you sure? You're going to say Buffalo on the road against that defense?
Yes.
With their defense. That's what you're going to say? Because I'm not buying it.
I might be. I just don't buy Denver. I mean,
The
I'm
only way
happy for
Buffalo
them.
wins in New England is just simply because it's for New England. It's like a new thing, and they can't stop Josh Allen, and it's snowing or
Donna,
something crazy.
I have the Saturday ESPN game.
Oh?
It's Jacksonville Indy right now. That's it. That's the one.
Oh yeah.
That's your game.
Yeah.
So what's the Monday?
What would be the Monday?
Because Monday is basically the early game on Saturday.
The early game on Saturday. Well, you can't do L.A. San Francisco.
No, too early.
Tampa Seattle.
Oh.
Or Baltimore L.A.
No,
in Baltimore.
you know what? Tampa Seattle would be the Monday game.
Tampa Seattle would be the Monday
That
game.
definitely smells like
Baker
That smells like a
on Monday night.
Yeah, that's the Monday.
Yeah,
wild
with
card
Sam
game.
Darnold.
Yep.
There you go.
So
You know
we got it
what's
all
amazing?
figured out. ESPN should just call us.
That's it. Schedule maker Anthony Pusick. Just one more thing though on the Broncos Commanders game last night, which it did have a fun ending, is that how many times am I the only one that just kept flip flopping with Marcus Mariota? I mean, when you look at his
Mariota
number-
or Mariota?
Yeah. It depends on who's talking. 28 for 50, 294 yards, 2 touchdowns. Now, of course, he also threw a pick, and the batted down just.
That's just a nice play. It would have
No, no,
worked.
no.
Yeah, he was wide open.
His running, it was just tap it in. Just tap it in. I don't know what it is with Mariota, and every time I've watched him, there are moments you think, this guy could be it. And then there's moments you're like, oh, hell no.
You know what he is, honestly?
A backup?
He's a really good backup.
Really good backup.
Yeah.
Now, you don't take them that high.
Now, look,
so that was a
you don't take
mistake.
him
Peter
number
was
2.
very high on him because of the times in the very sporadic times he's had to fill in for Jaden Daniels. This has been a longer stretch.
Yeah,
and you're now seeing why after like 2 games it's kind of fun and then it stops being fun.
Yeah.
I think we've reached that point, and this Commanders team, as Peter said, is a mess.
Right.
Although they could have, again, another team that could have beat the Broncos.
He's good in small doses. Yeah, no, that's the truth about the Broncos, which is why it's another team that you can't say you trust.
But you guys have mentioned it. It's parity all around the league. These matchups are crazy. One different game either way changes the complete complexity, and that's what makes this so fun, and that is the NFL Binge.
That's a really good binge by you. Very good binge. 800-919-3776. We'll get back to the calls on the Giants' potential pursuit of Mike Tomlin. They are chanting to fire Tomlin in Pittsburgh. Does that make him a candidate for the Giants job? Or, as Steelers fans have been calling and telling us, buyer beware. Those calls will go around the NFL with you if you want to talk about other things going on in the NFL as well. The Knicks won last night, guys, and they did so. What we're seeing from them lately is a change already in how they're playing. And I have an interesting story and theory, too, about what's happening with Mike Brown and this team. So we got more to get to with you. Stay with us, as we, of course, have to stand up now and remove our hats as we honor America as we go to break.
New York Presbyterian treats more heart patients than any other hospital in New York. From common to complex conditions, our cardiologists and heart surgeons are pioneers in advanced heart care, leading the way in minimally invasive treatments for faster recovery times. Find a doctor at nyp.org/heart. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian. New York Presbyterian Hospital based on U.S. News and World Report 2025 to 2026 Cardiology, Heart, and Vascular Surgery Rankings.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
ZipRecruiter.
That 3-6.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply.
Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Hurry! It's your last chance to donate for 2025. Last chance! Donate now for a 2025 tax deduction.
Dave Rothenberg here to tell you about my friends at Bathfitter. They converted my kid's bath to a shower and did an incredible job. They offer custom bath renovations, including their unique PermaFit solution for a watertight fit, and it's done in just one day. It's durable and easy to clean with no demo or mess and a lower cost than a standard replacement. Take advantage of the biggest sale of the entire year. Save up to $800 on a complete Bathfitter system. See their website or call for details and start designing your bath today at bathfitter.com.
Progressive knows not all rides are smooth. Meet Claire. She loves her motorcycle, and she's learned to love the insects she encounters on her rides. She may not know the difference between a gnat and a mosquito at 55 miles per hour, but she does know one thing. It's always gross when one flies into her mouth. But she's so used to it that it's weird when it doesn't happen. Not every ride is smooth, but Progressive has your back with comprehensive and collision coverage from America's #1 motorcycle insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in D.C.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hockey fans and holiday shoppers, check out Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg December 2nd live from the NHL shop in Manhattan West Plaza, a block from the Garden. They'll be talking all things NHL.
It's hockey, man.
And they'll be joined on site by hockey legend Mark Messier. It's all powered by Game 7 apparel and headwear as they launch their new assortment in the NHL shop. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg December 2nd live from the NHL shop.
All right, before we get back to the sports talk, let's get into some business, because every aspect of your business, from the most mundane to the most complex, will operate orders of magnitude better and faster when you add artificial intelligence. That's right. AI is literally a race to the top. The companies that engage AI first will win. Will that be you, or will it be your competitors? Thrive Managed AI is your advantage over all your competitors. It's founded by tech powerhouses, so Thrive partners with you on smart and secure AI strategies for your business. Then they deploy and manage it for you. Imagine AI solutions working across every part of your business, automating support, powering chatbots, analyzing competitors, even managing billing, collections, and orders. That's just a taste of what Thrive Managed AI can help you achieve. It makes your talented team even better by letting them focus on what they do best. The race to the top will be won by those who engage Thrive Managed AI first. That needs to be you. Go to thrivenextgen.com/ESPN and get started with a complimentary strategy consultation. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. 800-919-3776 is the number as we continue with your calls and the conversation there. And Donnie, going around the world of sports, not only in the world of football that we're talking right now, we'll get into some Knicks in a little while. And so a very interesting Mets story that developed over the weekend.
Yeah.
You are at the Rock, so you have the Devils tonight against the Blue Jackets. Of course, puck drop at 7:08, right? 7:08?
Yes, 7:08.
And you'll be on MSG. Two local teams, aside from the Devils, the Islanders and Rangers, both suffering some devastating injuries. Let's start with, on the island, with Kyle Palmieri. First of all, tore his ACL. Second of all, on the same play, he got an assist.
It is all anybody talked about, because that happened on, was it Saturday?
It was Wednesday.
Was it Wednesday?
Yeah.
Right. It happened on Wednesday.
It's the Flyers.
And so, like, it's all anybody was talking about when we hooked up Thanksgiving to go to Buffalo. Like, did you see the Palmieri play? And it is
guy's on one leg.
I mean, first of all, he's getting off the ice himself.
Right.
Yeah. They had a wheel. If it was an NBA player, they'd have a wheelchair out for him.
How dare you?
As he's leaving,
how dare you? Kobe walked off the court with a torn Achilles.
Yeah,
but I digress.
Dwayne Wade didn't, and it was his shoulder, if I remember correctly, with the wheelchair. But so he gets
Paul
off
Pierce, and it wasn't even a real injury.
he gets off on his own power, but not before he's able to cause a turnover. And what's going to be his last game in 6 to 8 months. It's incredible. He ends up assisting
and they
on
felt
a huge goal.
I tell you what, because they were really rolling. They were playing really well.
Oh, man.
And you could see it in them against the Capitals. They just weren't there.
No.
And they felt it not having him. He's so important to them.
He's important. He's not their best player, but he's definitely somebody that commands a room.
Yep.
They probably felt terrible for him that he's gone, until into next year.
Yeah.
For God's sake. So, it's going to take a while for them to kind of get back on track. And Capitals are a good team. So, I mean, there's no shame in losing to them, but it's not a surprise that it's been a bit of a struggle since then. They ended up losing that game in the shootout on Wednesday to Philly.
Yep. Came back. They were down 3-1, came back.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, it's that Metropolitan Division is so tight. So any point that's lost within a division is tough. That's why the game for the Devils tonight's pretty big after losing to Philadelphia on Saturday. But really tough to see him go, but it's such a hockey play, man. If you haven't seen it, check it out on YouTube or whatever. That he's in pain, he's on one leg, but poke the puck away, causes the turnover, and leads to a goal.
Right, makes the pass that in the end leads. He got the second assist. But people also were wondering, why wasn't that offsides? Well, because when you bring the puck back into the zone on your own, which is what happened there, the player who might in that zone, now you're onside. You are the one that creates that where it's clear, and he now didn't have to come out and come back in, and that's why that play was legal. On the Rangers side of things, they lose Adam Fox. As if the Rangers can lose anything more. But he's on long-term IR as well, Donnie, and that's obviously a huge part of a team that's really struggling to get their offense going, especially at home.
Well, and he's had such a great year so far, and they just can't get anything going at home. It's crazy, but to lose him in the fashion you lost him in the third period. And can I just send a memo out to all of hockey writers and announcers and all that? When you announce that a player is hurt and he's going to be on long-term IR, he's going to be out for a while, please don't make it seem like, well, he should be ready to go for the Olympics. Don't care. Don't care. Ranger fans don't care, okay? Yeah, it's nice he could be involved in the Olympics. He won the play in the Olympics. Good for him. But they're going to lose him for a significant amount of time. They're not going to feel any better than it'll be right as rain come February for the Olympics. They all do it, and I understand they do it because, again, everybody's all hyped up for the Olympics and all that stuff. Yeah. The same thing like when Jack Hughes, he's going to be out for the next 6 to 8 weeks. But don't worry. He'll be ready, USA fans, for the Olympics. The Devils won't have him for like 20-some-odd games, and it'll be 10 games without him for the Rangers in a season where they can't afford to lose too many points. So can we just dial back the whole Olympic stuff? Okay, great, but it's not going to make any of these fans of these teams feel any better.
See, I thought you were going to say if you know a player's out long-term IR, we don't have to say upper body or lower body. Can't we just say the injury? What are you protecting him from? He's not going to play for a while.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I never understood that part of it. If it was like a short-term injury and maybe you don't want to tip off your opponent of what exactly
I
is,
get that.
But I do think it's silly when it's a lower body injury. Oh, stop it. We all saw what happened. His whole leg twisted under him. We know what this is. But that it is one of the weird things. If you want to knock the NBA for load management, all that dumb stuff, I will knock the NHL for upper and lower body. I think that's the dumbest thing when it comes to injury designation.
But if he's not playing, he's not playing. Doesn't matter why.
It does.
But
it does.
Yeah, but
it does matter.
But obviously, when you see certain things, like to just
Romanov went right into the wall under his arm, and he had to carry his elbow off the ice. Upper body injury. Stop it. We all know. We also all know a big 5 o'clock hour is coming up where we will continue with your calls. The Giants, Monday Night Football against the Patriots. Don and I looked at the schedule, and if Mike Kafka wants this job, well, these next couple of games, but starting tonight, you leaning forward in your chair, and you just want to see, with Jackson Dart now back under center, what does this look like now? And does he make a case to be the next head coach? But in Pittsburgh, they're chanting for Mike Tomlin to be fired, which means he could be available at the end of the season. Even Shefty said they're not going to fire him, but there could be a mutual parting of ways. And if that happens, if you're a Giants fan, isn't he your first choice? More of that to talk about, and why Mike Brown looks like he has looked at the Knicks now 20 games in and said the problem isn't the players. The problem is somewhere else. I'll tell you where that problem he saw. Next. Stay with us. Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
The holidays are here, and Amazon Pickup is your MVP of package pickup. Need that perfect gift like a brand new jersey for the big game? With Amazon Pickup, you can grab your order from secure Amazon lockers or counters near you on your schedule at no extra cost. It's fast, it's easy, and it keeps your holiday surprises tucked safely away. So whether you're running from work or heading to the holiday party, Amazon Pickup makes holiday shopping worry-free. Find your nearest Amazon Pickup location at amazon.com/pickupmvp. That's amazon.com/pickupmvp.
Gotham City football is coming. Be at MetLife Stadium for Week 14 as the New York Jets face the Miami Dolphins for the team's first ever rivalries game on Sunday, December 7th at 1 p.m., presented by Avery Dennison. Fans in attendance will receive a Rivalries rally towel while supplies last. Lock in your seats now at nyjets.com/tickets. Once again, that's nyjets.com/tickets.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks, guys. Rough ride on the Deegan southbound in the Bronx. Right before the Madison Avenue Bridge, it's a crash in the left lane. FDNY is on the scene. Traffic is stopped there from Yankee Stadium. Northbound said just a packed ride with the volume for the outbound. George, you're hitting the brakes there, heading over to the Cross Bronx. Delays are starting to back up across the Triborough into Queens. Outbound Lincoln's still your best ride at 15 to 20. Outbound Hung going to run you 30 to 40. And once you're in Jersey, still want to avoid the Turnpike extension westbound. Crash on top of the Newark Bay Bridge. You're at a standstill there and backed up into Jersey City. Inbound at the Holland, stick with the Turnpike extension. A crash on the inbound Skyway by the Tunnelly Circle. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Visit MAD.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
If your car is out of warranty, one major repair bill could wipe you out. Just ask Ludacris.
Car breakdowns can wreck your wallet. Without Endurance, a worn-out timing belt could cost you $1,700. A busted transmission, that's $4,000 easy. An engine meltdown, $7,000. But if you've got Endurance, you could never pay out of pocket for a car repair again. With Endurance, your car's most expensive parts are covered. Plus, you pick the mechanic you trust to do the work. With Endurance, your rate stays the same no matter how many claims you file.
If your car is under 20 years old, Endurance has you covered with unlimited miles. Plus, your plan includes 24/7 roadside assistance anywhere in the country. Choose the name Ludacris trusts, Endurance. Right now, get $300 off any plan, plus a year of elite benefits, a $2,000 value, free. All backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. For your free quote, call 800-431-8958. 800-431-8958. 800-431-8958.
Hey, this is Mika Zibanejad.
Hey, this is Adam Fox. Catch every Rangers game right here on 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
.502 in the big city with Don LaGreca, I'm Alan Hahn. Peter Rosenberg in the midst of a move. And so, anybody that's ever moved, by the way,
yes,
it sucks. Like, it's exciting because you're moving to a new place. You're finally getting that, the transition to a new place, and you're excited about the new place. But the process of moving, Don, like, my wife and I, we moved, what's it been, 14 years, right? That was the worst experience because you're packing up one house and moving to another house. The packing up, the cleaning up, that whole process is maddening. It's unreal. You just want it to be over. And so it's to a point now where I will never, ever look for another house. Never.
Oh, yeah.
I always tell her, you're taking me out on a box. So, Peter's very busy today, as we understand he should be on a moving day and all that stuff. And we're giving him that time to get through all the packing and unpacking and everything else. But, man, I'm telling you, unless I had to move, I have zero interest in doing it again.
Yeah, it's a lot. And listen, it's not even like the movers, like carrying the stuff to the truck. That's
all of it.
That's one thing. But packing everything and then unpacking.
And throwing out stuff, going through things, especially if you've been in one place for a long time.
Oh.
You just accumulate. And when you have kids, it's even worse. You get emotional because there's certain things that go on. I'm telling you, it was such, as exciting as it was such a process that I'm like, I'm never doing this again, like ever.
Nah, that's I said the same thing when we moved in our house.
Yeah.
When I move out of this, it's going to be in a pine box.
Well, we have lots of calls to get to. We have the Giants Monday Night Football tonight against the Patriots in a game that does have, again, there's something to this game tonight, Don, that if I were a Giants fan, I'd be leaning forward in my chair. I'd be watching things. You have Jackson Dart back under center, and you have a head coach that's trying to make a case to keep everything status quo. I'll bring in a better defensive coordinator, but the offense has, for the most part this season, looked good when Dart has played, even when Winston has played.
Well, for sure. And when did Winston play?
The last 2 weeks. After the Dable firing.
After the Dable firing.
Yeah.
So Kafka is head coach. The offense has gone well, and now you figure Dart's a better quarterback. Now, I can't imagine Dart playing better than Winston played against the Lions, but still, I still believe if Dart played against the Packers, they win. So you've got your starting quarterback. You've got a coach that seems like he's got things organized. You've got rid of the defensive coordinator. So Bowen, you can't blame him anymore. And you're going up against a 10-2 football team that has surprised everyone. But are they really 10-2? Are they ready for this? Or are they maybe looking past the Giants and thinking about that matchup with the Bills coming up and all that? And I think that this could
on
be
Monday
a really,
Night Football, though? I don't think so.
You wouldn't think so. Listen, I'm trying to build. I just feel good about the Giants. I feel like if they play the way they played the last couple of weeks, they can beat this team. Hey, they beat the Chargers. They beat the Eagles. They had the Denver Broncos on the ropes. They've had the Cowboys on the ropes, the Lions on the ropes, the Packers on the ropes.
True.
So why should I feel any different about the Patriots, right? Now the question is, will they be able to close it out? That's been something they have not done. And if they don't do it again tonight, well, then that's 3 times Kafka couldn't do it. So it tells you that maybe he's not the guy that can figure it out. But if they were to win the game tonight, and then you got the Commanders and the Raiders and the Vikings and the Cowboys left, you squeeze 3 wins out of there, then I think Kafka's got a legitimate chance. I have not been told by anybody, but just reading the tea leaves, I believe he's been given the road to get this job. And if the team performs well and they win some games, I think he's got an excellent shot to get it.
He's
motivated.
It is the path of least resistance for a Giants organization that a year ago John Mara said, I don't want to keep having to turn it over. I want to give it time. Now he gets rid of the head coach, but that's one piece that you move on from. But if you still keep it somewhat the same, especially the offense with Jackson Dart, that is certainly something that I think would be the best thing. But one thing, though, as an outsider watching without the same type of emotion, is I'm watching and I'm saying, okay, Jackson Dart 4 times has had to be checked for a concussion. He's missed the last 2 weeks with a concussion, has not been cleared. It took him 2 weeks to get right. He's playing in a game now. It's Monday night. He's going to be jacked up on Mountain Dew. It's good, all the stuff that, he is all about because he's that kind of player where you could tell that when there's extra juice in a game, man, he is all for it.
Yeah.
So are you also watching to see? Because if you're Mike Kafka, don't you think, look, the other thing I got to prove is not only can I use this quarterback in a way that we can win games, but I also have to be able to protect him from himself. That I have to be smart with the usage. And some people were blaming Brian Daboll with the way he used him as if I'm so desperate to win games, I've got to have him play recklessly, which I don't think is true. I think the kid makes decisions because he just believes in himself physically, and he was able to do it in college. But even though he played in the SEC, it's the NFL. It's different. You get hit, it feels different. And Dart was asked what did he learn from dealing with this concussion.
The ball got knocked out of my hands, and when you're kind of lose control of the ball, you're not really thinking about bracing for the ground. When I watched the whole game, and it's kind of been a point of emphasis, going to each game of, just being smarter with the hits that I take. And when I look back at the game, there's not a hit where I'm like, dang, I shouldn't have taken that hit, to be honest. I felt like I was making smart decisions. I didn't take really any unnecessary hits, and that was just a situation where, you kind of lose control of your body when you fumble it, and you're not really bracing for the ground. But obviously, moving forward, I got to be more available for this team. So, that's obviously on the forefront of my mind going forward.
How do you feel about that?
I understand what he's saying. And I'm not going to say that it's all the way he was treated and he's too loosey-goosey with his decision-making. What I concern myself a little bit is with an answer he gave to a question while we were on break for Thanksgiving. I don't know if you saw this. I don't even know if we have the sound.
What is it?
When he was asked by a reporter, how many times have you been checked for a concussion? And he thought about it, and he's like, I don't know. Oof. Now, I'm not suggesting he didn't know because he doesn't remember. Mm-hmm. I'm suggesting he knows the number and doesn't want to tell you.
Yep.
Because he's probably gone in several times. So what that tells me is he somebody that could be concussion prone? We've seen it, right? Like guys just for whatever reason. We saw it.
Wasn't
with,
Steve Young? Didn't have early in his career? Wasn't that Steve Young's
he obviously was able to overcome that. You know, there's been guys that had concussion. Daniel Briere, I saw him the other night with he's the Flyers GM now.
Yeah.
Got a lot of concussions early, overcame it. But you got guys like Brett Lindros who couldn't overcome it, right? And when I say concussion prone, is that guys just look at Filipino with the Rangers. Like every time he got hit, he's out of the game, and you find he missed a couple of games. Like, you just hope he's not someone that when he gets hit, a concussion's on the table.
It could happen.
If it's something where he just needs to correct the way he's doing things, well, then he'll correct it, he'll learn, and he'll be fine. But if he's just going to be somebody that just when he gets hit, it's an issue, well, then we've got a much bigger problem.
I think this is the one you're talking about when he was asked, again, because if you're a reporter, you're asking him, are you going to change the way you play?
Right.
So I think this is the cut you're talking about.
The narrative's not necessarily accurate of 4 concussion checks. I was taken into the tent for 3 of those times for things that had nothing to do with my head. That's just kind of they have their own operation of kind of how they handle things. So I'm still getting used to this game. I'm getting used to the speed of at this level. And in college, you can watch my tape. I very rarely slid. But this is a different beast. So for me, I got to be obviously a little bit more responsible. When I'm in the open field. But I felt like quite honestly, I was getting better at it each and every week.
No, that wasn't it. Though.
That's not it. Okay.
No, because he was flat out asked, and he couldn't give the number.
Yeah. I think that's the correcting it when he said 4 times I was checked.
Yeah,
but
just
really
because you
3
go in
of
the
them.
tent doesn't mean it's for a concussion.
Yeah, they were checking something else.
Yeah.
But a lot of the comparisons that are made in style and everything else is Josh Allen. But Josh Allen's bigger than Jackson Dart. So to say, hey, he should watch Josh Allen. Josh Allen still is running into people, and he feels like if I get to the second level and I'm dealing with a safety, I can handle the safety. It's the linebackers you got to worry about.
Right.
Dart's not that big. Who is the player in the league that has a similar style that Dart could learn from that does avoid getting hits? Like C.J. Stroud, he was just out with concussions. It does happen to a lot of these guys that are shorter than 6'5" and not weighing 240 pounds.
But I think we're drumming up the style of play is the reason. I hope it's the reason, and not just somebody that's prone to concussions. We always look at the RG3 diving headfirst for a first down, and that's not necessarily happening here. You got to run the football in the NFL as a quarterback, just the way it is. And every time you run for the football and you don't slide, doesn't necessarily mean you should get a concussion, right? You know what I'm saying? So every time you get tackled in the open field and he's wobbly getting up, it can't just be, well, he's got to slide. Well, you can't always slide, right? I mean,
he's got to be able to take a hit.
He's got to be able to take a hit, exactly. And it's not about
what'd they say
guts.
about
It's
Tua?
about just, is he somebody that might be a little prone to him? I hope I'm wrong.
Isn't that what they said about Tua?
Yeah.
What did they say? Tua had to learn how to fall.
Right.
Which is you've been playing football your whole life. You don't know how to fall yet?
But are those things that are deflecting away from the real issue? Is that he's somebody that, unfortunately, when he takes a hit to the head, he's probably going to get concussed.
Yeah.
Some guys can dive head first and never have an issue.
Yeah, well, that's true.
That's why concussions were so difficult. I'm not defending the NFL. They completely screwed up the whole concussion thing back in the day. But one of the things that made concussions so difficult is not they're all different. Everybody's different.
Yes.
Some guys bounce back. Some guys got to stay out 3 weeks. Some guys don't miss a play.
Mm-hmm.
Some guys don't get a concussion. There are times they get smacked in the head with a hammer, don't have a concussion, and you sneeze on them wrong, they get a concussion. It is such an inexact science.
Here's all you need to know. Eli Manning, we've seen him take hit after hit after hit, have we not? Throughout his career, his whole career, there were times where, especially later in his career, where he took a beating. Did he ever miss a game?
Never missed a game.
Did he ever have
Never
a
had
concussion that cost him a game? No.
Now, the protocols were different back then, but, not one time. I mean, I saw him bloodied in a preseason game against the Jets.
Yeah.
He was destroyed pillar to post in that San Francisco championship game. Never, ever an issue. But for RG3, it was an issue, right? And that was around the same time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and RG3 had other issues besides, you know, it wasn't concussions, it was other injuries. All I'm saying is that sometimes it feels like we always deflect away the real issue by saying, well, he's got to learn to slide. He's got to learn to be able to protect himself. Yes, yes, and yes. But also, is there an underlying issue to where this could be a problem? And if that's the case, then you're going to be in trouble.
Yeah,
right? Then you're not going to be able to build around that. And you hope that that's not the case, but
well, you look at Tua in Miami. That's your cautionary tale.
Yes.
A quarterback that has plenty of talent. It's all there. But the fear of him getting hit one more time was in Miami to a point where they really couldn't rely on him. And then now I think it's almost – I mean, he's been bad this year, but they've also – you got to feel like maybe all this stuff is, no pun intended, in the back of his mind.
And that Bear game, which was Dable's last game, the narrative was Dable did not protect his quarterback.
Yep.
And then we got confirmation after that there were only 4 design runs in that game. So it wasn't the issue.
No. It's
right?
him.
So that's all I'm saying is that
Devil's goal.
Excuse me. Okay, we got to time these. What time is it? 5:15?
Yeah. We should remember and have a moment to be able to set up perfectly.
So let's pay closer, because remember, we still don't even really know what play it was against the Bears, right?
It was the fumble. No, he said it.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, but at the time,
when he landed, you saw his head hit the turf.
But I remember at the time
he wasn't
there was some
trying to brace himself.
confusion
I know
when it was, because it wasn't one big play where everybody said, "Oh my God, what are you doing?"
Yeah.
You know, he's going to fumble the ball. You're going to get hit. You're a quarterback. You're going to get hit.
Yeah.
So let's just keep an eye on it. That's all.
All right, Game Time's brought to you by Tullamore Dew
There it
Irish
is.
Whiskey because, see, this is where we should have timed it with the horn. When it's game time,
It's Charlie time. Yeah. It's Charlie time.
Peter didn't like that. I think it might age well.
it's growing on me. I got to say that.
Okay.
Especially when it's Red Dawn. They haven't done the lighting yet for the game, but Red Dawn special.
There's Red Dawn and then there's Red Dawn.
and we have Donnie's Devils, and they host the Blue Jackets tonight at 7. That's why he's at the Rock. And we have, of course, all the pregame music and all the game night staff stuff going on in the background. Always makes it fun. The Nets take on the Hornets in Brooklyn at 7:30. And as we've been talking about, Giants, Patriots, Monday Night Football tonight, 8:15 is the kickoff with Jackson Dart back in the lineup for the G-Men. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly.
Now, you probably know this, but I didn't realize it until they said it this morning, that the Knicks have made it to the knockout round of the Cup.
Yep, quarterfinal, second year in a row that they've done it. They hosted last year. Remember, they lost to Trae Young in the remember Trae Young threw the dice at center court?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was that game.
But what I heard this morning is contrary to what you just said.
What?
That it's the third year they've made it to the knockout round, and they're the only team to make it to the knockout round in all 3 years.
Now, I will plead ignorance and say that I completely probably blanked and I don't remember. I honestly don't remember. Like
that's what I was told this
because the first year was such a wait, what is this? You didn't know. So I last year stood out to me because of the Trae Young thing. If they got there 2 years ago, okay.
Well,
I'm not saying you're wrong.
Well, now I'm wondering because
was it the Bucks? Did they lose to the Bucks?
I think so.
I think it was in Milwaukee and they lost to the Bucks. Now, I think you're right. Yeah.
Now, if I got this right, it's one of the most fun I've ever had on radio. Knicks Heat.
Yes.
I'm doing the play-by-play, and you're my color guy.
Yeah.
And that was a cup game.
Yes, it was.
And they won.
They came back from down 21 in the third quarter.
Right, 20. Yeah, and it was a last-second shot missed.
Yep.
And I believe that got them into the knockout round. If I remember correct, because that was a big deal.
Yes, it was. Yes.
As big a deal as I guess the
as the cup can be.
Game can be.
But they won. They won the cup.
I only did 7 Knick games, and that's the one that really stands out.
But that was an epic game.
That was fun.
For calling a game, that's as fun as you can have, right? Because it felt like it was bleak, and then everything, the worm turned. It's a rivalry game. It's a cup game, all that stuff. It was a lot of fun. the Knicks, winning that game Friday night against Giannis and the Bucks, that showed you something. They won the pool, the group, I should say. And so that's why. But they don't host. They're playing Toronto in Toronto next week. I think it's a Tuesday they play up there.
I think that's a cup.
Yeah,
window,
and that's the quarterfinal. Now, they played Toronto last night. And now Toronto has had a good start to the season. But, when you watch them, you're like, all right, the Knicks should beat this team.
Mm-hmm.
And last night's game was them getting off to a hot start. And then the typical NBA, which this happens every night in the NBA. Team takes a big lead. The team that's down by a lot makes a bunch of threes, and now all of a sudden it's a game. And you're like, how is this a game? It just happens. Unless you're playing the Thunder, then you're losing by 30.
Right.
But everybody else, it's just the way the NBA goes. And then the adjustment at halftime's made, and third quarter happens, and the Knicks open it up, and it's a different hero each night. But the Knicks win again. They've won 4 in a row, and they're in second place in the East. The Pistons have had such a great start, but the Knicks have really played well of late. And something I've noticed as tomorrow night they play in Boston, and it's their 20th game, so that's your first quarter of the season now.
That's the quarter pole, yeah.
Yeah. And what's not being talked about enough is, remember how, in the beginning of the season, I was like, oh, Mike Brown and his offense, and he wants to do this, and Mike Brown and his offense, and Mike Brown and his offense. You're not hearing that anymore.
Nope.
Mike Brown has said that he had to learn the team just as much as they had to learn him. And as he started figuring things out with the team, he started seeing that while he wanted to play Towns and Robinson together and have the big front line, Towns is way more effective as a 5. And by the way, happier. That Josh Hart off the bench sounded like a good idea until you realize that Josh Hart isn't as effective when you play him less. He's a guy that's more effective when you play him more. And since he's been moved back into the starting lineup, they haven't lost, and he's played out of his mind. He's been great. And so a lot of opposing teams, as we talk to them before games, coaches, they're all free to tell us, hey, by the way, they're not doing that stuff anymore. They're playing last year's offense. They're playing the pick and roll stuff. They got Brunson on the ball. They're doing stuff with Towns, a lot of the same things we saw last year. They've kind of just said, don't break. What if it ain't broke, don't break it.
Oh,
who? No, you know what I'm saying. Who said that line?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
No, but there was a coach or a player who said, if it ain't broke, don't break it. Who was it that said that?
Oh, I don't remember.
Famously said that, and they were supposed to say, if it ain't broke, whatever.
Right. Don't.
Don't fix it.
Yeah, don't fix it.
So, but Mike Brown made it clear that I don't think a lot of coaches would have done this. And he said, he didn't use these exact words, but in his way he was saying, you know what the problem was with us? The problem was me. That I was trying to change something that didn't need to be changed. And that what he really needed to focus on was rotations to use the bench more effectively, because that was a bit of an issue last year that everybody talked about. But offensively, they were one of the top teams in the league offensively last year. So why change it? Why do dramatic things that these players have to adjust to? And 2 and 3 start. They were kind of clunky coming out of the gate. But now all of a sudden, they're on a run here. They're 10-1 at home, by the way. They have they and the Thunder are the 2 best home teams in the NBA. Thunder are 10-0, Knicks are 10-1. So I don't know, Don, if you've ever seen when a new coach, it's rare to see a new coach with a good team, a team that already won. But how many times do you see that coach come in, try to change things because he's like, this is the way I want to play, and then early on goes, no, I'm not messing with this, and has the ability, the humility to back off, because that's kind of what I'm seeing here.
Well, because like you said, how often do you see a coach come in and take over a really good team? Sometimes Seifert had to do it with Walsh when Walsh retired. Usually those are the circumstances, but it's so rare to see a change like that for a team that is that good.
But didn't Seifert come in and he was already running the offense, right?
Yeah,
so he already knew the West Coast. He knew exactly what to do.
To have a guy come in off the street
and when Jimmy Johnson was fired and they brought in
from college,
Oklahoma.
Yeah, Barry Switzer.
when they brought in Switzer didn't touch anything either.
The famous thing about it, he didn't touch a thing.
Nothing. That's the joke, is that he really didn't coach the team. The team was running itself.
But we talked about how there's going to be a bit of an adjustment period.
Yep.
Of just evaluating everything. They were still finding a way to win games, but maybe not at the clip the fans wanted to see right away. But now you hit the quarter pole. He's getting to know things. They're almost unbeatable at home. This is what you wanted.
Yes.
And it's working so far. And 20 games is not nothing. That's always where we did it in the NHL too. Just last week when the Devils went through it, you get the quarter pole, and that's now it's interesting because Corey Snyder actually said it for hockey. I'm sure it's for basketball. He said the grind. That's when the grind starts now. That you get after the 20 through 60 is the grind of the season. Like the first 20, you're excited, everybody's back to play. And now once you get to game 21 to like game 60, that's when it's a grind. And then you get the playoff push after that.
Yeah, but this is you're getting the holiday season's fun, especially in the NBA. Because you have. Obviously you'll have the cup stuff next week that for some teams will matter.
Right.
And then you get to Christmas, and that's fun and all that. But once you hit January, that's the dog days Pat Riley always talked about. But just quickly, again, we'll put a bow on the Knicks here, and we'll take calls on it if you want at 800-919-3776. 13-6 through 19 games. They play the Celtics, and they got the next 3 after the Celtics. The Celtics aren't very good this year, but they're staying above 500. But then you have 3 straight games against more losing teams.
Mm-hmm.
Their win differential right now is plus 7.5. It's the highest in the East. So when they beat you, they beat you. Like they are starting to look like the team that you thought they'd look like, and they still haven't gotten OG Anunoby back. So maybe, just maybe, Mike Brown figures something out. And one of the things he had to figure out was don't mess with a good thing.
Right.
We'll continue with your calls and more. There's a very interesting Mets story that developed over the weekend we want to talk about as well. And we want to talk with you, so stay with us. Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
6 men is likely to be diagnosed with prostate cancer in his lifetime. That's why New York Presbyterian wants to remind men over 50 to book a prostate cancer screening. A simple blood test is all it takes. It could save your life. Screenings are available across New York City and Westchester at locations near you. Schedule your annual prostate cancer screening today at nyp.org/cancer screening. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
Listen up, football. Why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Alan Hahn here to tell you about my friends at Bathfitter. They remodeled a bath in my house, converting a tub into a shower. The result, amazing. Bathfitter offers custom bath renovations, including their unique PermaFit solution for a watertight fit. It's done in one day, easy to clean, durable with no demo, no mess, and it costs less than a standard replacement. Take advantage of their biggest sale of the year. Save up to $800 on a complete Bathfitter system. See their website or call for details and start designing your bath today at bathfitter.com. Every Every aspect of your business will operate better and faster with artificial intelligence. AI is a race, and companies that act first will win. Thrive Managed AI is your advantage over all your competitors. Thrive partners with you on a smart, secure AI strategy for your business. Then they deploy and manage it for you. Be first and win the race with Thrive Managed AI. Start with a complimentary strategy consultation at thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN.
Some stages celebrate. This one tests everything. Every drive, every approach, every putt. Pressure builds. Resilience matters. And history waits for the bold. In June, the 2026 U.S. Open Championship returns to the Hamptons at the iconic Shinnecock Hills Golf Club. Experience the world's best golfers competing on one of the sport's most storied stages. Don't just watch greatness, experience it live at the 126th U.S. Open. Daily tickets are available now on SeatGeek.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. It's a slow crawl on the LIE westbound, trying to leave Nassau County and head into Queens. Big accident right before the cross island. Only the left lane is squeezing by. Traffic is jammed there from Shelter Rock Road. You stay on the brakes westbound. Another crash right before the Clearview. Worst ride to the outbound George, definitely the Cross Bronx westbound. You're slammed there from the Bruckner through to underneath the apartments. Inbound George looking pretty good for both the upper and lower decks. Outbound Lincoln already about 20 to 30 minutes. Outbound Holland 30 to 40. And once you're in Jersey, still want to avoid the westbound Turnpike extension. Still have this collision on the Newark Bay Bridge. Been out there for over an hour. Traffic is stopped and backed up into Jersey City. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Visit MAD.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
On the job, every minute counts. That's why Lowe's now has ProBlock Quick Dry Primer, expertly manufactured by Sherwin-Williams. Engineered for pros to dry fast and go on smooth for virtually flawless results that keep your job moving. It's available in oil and water-based, and getting it is easy. Order online by 2 p.m. and get free same-day delivery right to your job site. Lowe's, we help, you save. Orders placed after 2 p.m. will be delivered next day. Valid in select zip codes. Subject to driver availability. More terms apply.
The holidays are rolling in, and if men in your life are struggling with their holiday wish list, tell them to add Manscaped to make gift giving easy, fun, and completely stress-free this year. From the beard hedger to the lawnmower trimmer, Manscaped's precision tools keep you looking sharp, feeling confident, and ready for every event and celebration all season long. These aren't just stocking stuffers, they're upgrades for your daily routine. And right now at Target, you can save 20% on the Lawnmower 4 and 3 kits, Handyman, and the beard hedger. Hurry up, supplies won't last long.
So, Don, we have a tweet from Chris.
Okay.
And he says, we need to get Don a better road camera. It seems like he's coming to us from a steam room with how foggy his picture looks.
You know what? Because you know what happens?
The suit looks great, by the way.
Well, thank you.
But I wish I could see it clearer.
Marco grabs the computer, and let me see if I can clean this off here.
It's not really your fault, Don.
It's not his fault?
It's not.
What is it?
Because if you look at the single shot, it's clear.
Oh.
But in order to get your beautiful faces somewhat proportional with one another, I zoomed Don in.
Oh.
Thus, you have zoomed in Don.
Well, he
so
needs
it's not
to.
my fault.
No, it is your fault. Here's why.
Not.
No, here's why. When you click on like the Connect, you have an option between wide front camera, and then the usual one. I learned this on the iPad. You're using an iPad, right?
Yes.
Yeah. You gotta change the camera.
All right, let me see. I'm gonna
Yeah, X out, come back in.
I'm gonna X out.
All right, let's see.
All right.
Let's fix this.
See what we have here. I just see iPad.
I drive a Dodge Stratus.
Now, when you see where it says camera, there'll be a wide.
I got ultra wide camera.
You don't want that one. You
what
want
do
the
I want?
other one, the other front camera.
Back dual wide camera.
No, you want
back
front.
camera, front camera.
Front camera.
Well, let's take a look.
He is so hot inside.
All right, and let's see. I'm coming up
All right,
here.
everybody, pay attention. Here
what do you
comes
guys think?
Donnie.
Whoa! I got to back up a little. How's that?
No, I can fix this.
We can work
you know
with
what?
this.
Why is Alan showing me this?
I've never attempted or even known how to do any of it.
I learned that. Now, when I'm at MSG and I have to do this, you guys remember like one of the first times everybody was complaining the same reason with my camera. saying like, "Oh, your iPad must be old and crappy." No, I just picked the wrong camera.
Look at these two.
The .5.
Do me a favor.
It's two old guys figuring out technology. What do you
this
think?
is great, but we figured it out. It took a little while.
That's it.
I just want to mention during the break, I went to see if any of the Columbus announcers had shown up yet. Steve Mears, great guy.
Oh, yeah.
Not yet, but guess who made the trip with Steve, with Mearsy?
Who?
JD.
What? Oh,
so
wow.
I got to talk to John Davidson. He's doing well, looks great. He lost some weight. He's working out. The knees are feeling good. It is an absolute pleasure whenever I get a chance to talk to John Davidson.
Can we get him to jump on? A little two guys, one mic over there? What do you think?
He's in prep.
You know he loves to talk. It's phenomenal. By the way, do you have any travel this week?
After Friday's game, we go to Boston. So I'm home
this
boy.
week.
Yeah, this is the first of 3 straight at home. No, the second of 4 straight at home.
Oh, that's good. All right, little home
Wednesday,
stand.
Friday.
That's good because, as you know, and I know you're home tomorrow because for everybody that loves our show, you can join us live from NHL Shop in Manhattan West Plaza. Manhattan West Plaza is like a block or two away from the Garden. It's on the other side of Moynihan Train Hall, which, of course, is a part of Penn Station. So it's easy to get to. Trust me, it's nothing. We're on from 3 to 7 tomorrow, by the way.
Right.
And we are doing the full show there at NHL Shop. We're going to be talking all things NHL and joined on site by the great Mark Messier. So he's going to be there. We're also going to have Deputy Commissioner of the NHL, Bill Daly, stop by and join us as well, plus many other people. It's all powered by Game 7 Apparel and Headwear as they launch their new assortment in the NHL Shop NYC. So you don't want to miss our live show tomorrow at the NHL Shop in Manhattan. It's right over by Penn Station. There's a Ranger game tomorrow night at the Garden, so if you're going to the game, just come early. Come hang out with us for a little bit. And then you just cross one street, go into Moynihan Train Hall, stay out of the rain because it's going to rain tomorrow, and you just go right into the Garden. Nice and easy. So come and hang out with us tomorrow. Speaking of the rain, so a nor'easter's coming. For those who are outside the city area, like up like Kingston, northern Jersey, you might get some snow.
Yeah, how about that?
And we're supposed to get some snow this winter, by the way. This is supposed to be a heavy snow winter, apparently.
I'm good.
Are you?
You know, but my wife loves it. I'm good with the snow.
I'm the same. Like, I like it, but don't like it when I have to like clear the driveway. But Stephanie is prepared because we always put a rink in the backyard.
Okay.
And
I have a snowblower.
I do, but I don't use it. I'd rather shovel.
You don't.
Michael gets on me, thinks I'm too old to shovel.
You have a snowblower. You don't use it?
No.
What are we doing?
Because I enjoy the exercise. I enjoy the work.
A snowblower can be exercise too.
I know, but we really haven't had. Listen, if we get a foot of snow, I'll get the snowblower.
You better.
If we get a few inches,
All right.
I'm shoveling.
All right. Well,
and
we
if I
want
go,
to.
I go.
Dead because he was changing a tire and his heart exploded.
I remember that one. That's one of my favorite ones. But we got to build the rink early if it's going to snow. Because if you build it too late and then it gets all slushy, it's a mess. So Stephanie's getting on the case of building this rink. So
Well,
we
it's
have
gonna be a cold
ready.
week, so because I think you're good on Long Island.
Yeah,
so,
we're gonna get rain. I know,
but it's going to be cold too this week, so maybe that's the time to get.
That's what I
the
mean,
rink
though.
going,
You get rain. You put you fill the rink, then you let it freeze over, and now it's perfect. So when we do start getting snow, you just shovel it off, and it's fun to skate out on that. Anyway, it's fun to talk to you at 800-919-3776. Now that we got Donnie's camera figured out.
Yeah, how about that?
Look at you. That's a great suit. I love the shirt. Great combo. Fantastic.
And this is it because I put my dry cleaning in before Thanksgiving, not realizing they're going to be off for 2 days. So,
So same suit, 3 games?
Yeah. So
but so you could use the excuse of it's good luck.
But this is it. Like, thank God I can pick it up tomorrow because I was out.
That's all you got at home.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a bad last resort, I'll tell you that.
Thank you.
All right, let's go back to the calls. Alan Hackensack's been waiting a bit. He wants to talk some Mike Tomlin and the Steelers. Go ahead, Al.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Love the show. Real quick, Don, do you think Michael Kay would have threatened your producer's job for allowing that to happen for so long with the camera? So I'm going to go into it real quick. Okay, so this is the case with my feelings with the Mike Tomlin situation. First and foremost, I want to go back to saying that he is not the GM, so we can't blame him for the GM not replacing Roethlisberger in a timely fashion when his last 4 or 5 years he was toasted. The contract dealing with Watt, once again, he is not the GM. We cannot blame him. And these are addressing one of your earlier callers' comments. And in regards to, him moving to New York, I think Mike Tomlin should retire as a Pittsburgh Steeler coach. I'm a 49er fan, not a Pittsburgh Steeler, but I just feel as though he should retire as a Steelers coach. And if he's to move, he should move up into the GM position or front office position. Even if he left Pittsburgh, it should be for a GM.
So you just don't want to see you don't want to see him coach anymore. I don't see him as a GM. I think he's a coach. I think at heart he's a coach. You know what I mean?
Quick, one more before you hang up on me. Everyone's quick to talk about how he inherited this team, but no one brings up the Gruden inheriting.
I always say that. No, Al, no, come on. If you say you love the show, I have said that a million times about Gruden. That was Tony Dungy's team.
I missed it.
I've said that many times.
Last point in regards to the fandom in the New York market area. Everyone spoke the same way about what's his name, Nick Bowles. How he was trash and they needed to get rid of him. And look at him now in Tampa.
Todd Bowles.
Yeah.
Todd Bowles. I'm sorry, Todd Bowles. And they did the same thing with oh my God, who left to Jacksonville to become their front office. They wanted to get rid of him before he won the Super Bowl. What was his name for the Giants? That left to Jacksonville. Tom Coughlin. The same thing. New York needs to just be patient. They need to sit down and have a Coke and a smile and relax.
Well, it's funny. It's funny with the Bowles stuff because we talked about that too.
Bowles, but the problem with Todd Bowles, as much as I personally liked him and right away he had some success, but the last couple of seasons were like 4 and 12. Like they were bad. Yeah. Like you had to do something at that point.
They had to do.
I'm
something
glad that he landed on his feet and he did so. Being a DC, he went back. He took a step back to take a step forward. Right?
Yeah, but McCagnon was a part of that. It was a real tough circumstance. But right after a 4-win season, it never got better after that 10-6. They lost that Week 17 game against Buffalo, and it just got worse and worse. Yeah. But it's interesting listening this morning because Rick's father-in-law is a big Buccaneer fan because they live down in Tampa. They're starting to lose patience with Bowles. Believe it or not, they're not in love. You know what it is that there's questions on there's questions on offense.
Yeah,
and he's a defensive guy, and it's kind of the same with Tomlin too. And
were there questions earlier in the season when Baker was just?
But listen, it's gotten bad. It's not the same though, Alan. They had lost 4 straight before the win yesterday.
Yeah, but they also had how many injuries did they have that affected them, including to Baker?
All I'm saying is that it's very interesting that I heard Rick say that they're getting frustrated.
No, Doc is very much in on the Bucs, so he's not he's not. This is not a surface argument by him. He's invested. And so, but it is, I always say this, though, and you were saying it before, one man's trash, another man's treasure. How you can get frustrated with a team that stays mediocre and can't break through. And that's why with Aaron Glenn, and we'll get back to the calls coming up next. With Aaron Glenn, I feel like I know that sounds crazy, this is the easy part. The easy part is taking a team that is a mess, just an absolute disaster. Like Kafka, the same thing. You could finish the season off and look great because you're taking something that was just a mess and you get it organized and you just get it on track. And now all of a sudden it's like, wow, it's pretty good. Yeah. Like you would take 9 wins a year. Average. If I told you an average of 9 wins a year for the next 3 years, wouldn't you feel like, all right, that's means at least you're over 500 every year and maybe one year is better than the other. But, you take that and then at the end of those 3 years, you're not taking it anymore. Right?
No.
Now you want better. Now show me I can win in the playoffs.
Hey, I would like Tomlin to be the next head coach of the New York Giants if it doesn't work out with Kafka. But I'm not ruling out the possibility 5 years from now. I'm like, this guy's got to go, man. It's nice to win 10 games a year. Could we win a playoff game?
We were just
that's similar to Coughlin. Now, Coughlin did bottom out, but there were times like Coughlin was fighting even after his first Super Bowl. he was fighting to keep his job because they were only 500 or barely making the playoffs and exiting in the first round. Remember when they, 06, remember he was battling for his job because
the players almost revolted.
Because in 05, they went 11-5 and they got shut out at home in a playoff game against Carolina. And the next year they went 8-8 and they lost on a last-second field goal in Philadelphia in the wild card round. And Coughlin was coaching for his job after back-to-back playoff appearances because they had the audacity to lose in the first round. Give me that again. I want that again. I want to complain, Alan, and I think Jet fans too, after wild card weekend how we lost the playoff game. I want to get back to that.
Yeah, you want to know how that feels. And again, as a Jets fan, that's all I care about. Can I sniff a?
Yeah.
Can I sniff a playoff game?
That's
just
right.
a sniff. Just give me a sniff. Your call's coming up, 800-919-3776. Don Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
The FanDuel Sportsbook app is your home for all your favorite NFL bets because you got yards to touchdowns, who's going to win. It's all there with FanDuel. And any play can be the play of the game. So tonight, FanDuel's giving all customers a 30% profit boost token, all right? You can get on the action with a 30% profit boost token this Monday night. So make FanDuel your go-to app for any snap. Just visit FanDuel.com/Peter to bet on the game. Play your game with FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, 21 and over, physically present in New York, opted required, bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com for help with a gambling problem. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467-369.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Hurry! It's your last chance to donate for 2025. Last chance! Donate now for a 2025 tax deduction.
Alan Hahn here to tell you about my friends at Bathfitter. They remodeled a bath in my house, converting a tub into a shower. The result, amazing. Bathfitter offers custom bath renovations, including their unique PermaFit solution for a watertight fit. It's done in one day, easy to clean, durable with no demo, no mess, and it costs less than a standard replacement. Take advantage of their biggest sale of the year. Save up to $800 on a complete Bathfitter system. See their website or call for details and start designing your bath today at bathfitter.com.
The holidays are here, and Amazon Pickup is your MVP of package pickup. Need that perfect gift like a brand new jersey for the big game? With Amazon Pickup, you can grab your order from secure Amazon lockers or counters near you on your schedule at no extra cost. It's fast, it's easy, and it keeps your holiday surprises tucked safely away. So whether you're running from work or heading to the holiday party, Amazon Pickup makes holiday shopping worry-free. Find your nearest Amazon Pickup location at amazon.com/pickupmvp. That's amazon.com/pickupmvp.
Listen up, New York. It's football season, and you should be out there enjoying every play, every tailgate, every moment. But if you're dealing with neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or sciatica, even getting off the couch can feel like a challenge. That's where Dr. J. Shaw at Sandwell Pain comes in. He's one of New Jersey's top pain specialists, Ivy League trained, double board certified, and dedicated to getting you back in the game. Here's the difference. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical, image-guided procedures that get real results. Dr. Shaw treats everything from neck pain, back pain, migraines, nerve pain, and chronic joint pain. And he builds a custom game plan that's right for you. Same day or next day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. And yes, most major insurances are accepted. So don't let pain keep you on the sidelines this season. Go to SandwellPain.com to call, text, or book online. Relief is closer than you think, and it starts today.
Whether you're building a single roof or a successful roofing business, roofing contractors like you need the right tools for the job, and software is no exception. Service Titan is on a mission to be the most powerful software platform for the trades, with purpose-built technology proven to maximize revenue, streamline operations, and deliver 5-star customer experiences. We are taking roofing companies like yours to the next level and beyond. Service Titan. We are built for this. See what we can do for roofers at servicetitan.com.
This college football season, show your school spirit every time you pay. Introducing college-branded Venmo debit cards. Rep your team on and off the field with custom school designs that let everyone know who you root for. Whether you're tailgating, grabbing snacks for the watch party, or celebrating a win, you can unlock 15% cash back at ESPN. 1 free year of Perplexity Pro and more. This college football season, score more with the Venmo debit card. Get yours now in the Venmo app. Learn more at venmo.com/collegecard.
Max cashback varies. Terms apply. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank, N.A.
Hockey fans and holiday shoppers, check out Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg December 2nd live from the NHL shop in Manhattan West Plaza, a block from the Garden. They'll be talking all things NHL.
It's hockey, man.
And they'll be joined on site by hockey legend Mark Messier. It's all powered by Game 7 apparel and headwear as they launch their new assortment in the NHL shop. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg December 2nd live from the NHL shop.
Let's get right back to the calls, 800-919-3776. A lot of people want to talk with us about all the different things we were talking about today. So let's continue. We got Jose in Connecticut next. What's up, Jose?
Hey, what's up, guys? So the last caller kind of took my point about Tomlin. He hasn't really had a quarterback. Here he would have Jackson Dart. So if I can make I would say, obviously, he's coming in. We want to make sure that he would have an offensive guy with him. As an OC, maybe keep Kafka. I think that's the only thing. And also, I wanted to say the ones that I really don't is John Gruden, because I keep hearing people call and talk about Gruden.
That's crazy.
And that man hasn't had a winning season since like 2008 and hasn't won a playoff game since like 2003.
Yeah, I can't see the Gruden.
It's sexy.
Fans love the Gruden thing because of the character, but I don't think it makes sense.
Yeah, I think people are rooting for it to work because he would have, like Alan said, he'd be a character, he'd be quotable. It'd be great for us. I mean, I wouldn't like it as a Giant fan, but as a talk show host in New York, I'd love it because he would be giving us so much.
Press conferences.
But I'm good. I don't. I'm willing to sacrifice the radio to get the right guy in here, if you don't mind.
Yeah, winning's probably better, right?
Yeah,
I'd rather win
because if we're winning, we'll have plenty to talk about anyway.
That's true. Jason in Daytona Beach has something to talk about with us here. What's up, Jason?
Hey, boys, how's it going?
It's going. It's probably better in Daytona than it is here. We're going to get some rain, a little nor'easter. What do you got down there? About 75, 78?
I'm sitting out back with my shirt off.
There you go. Oh, man. Tarps off, baby. I love it.
What's your take on a franchise building? More that hit on the coach or the quarterback? Because I'm the Jaguar fan that flew to Cleveland that called last week. And if you remember correctly, your Jets won a meaningless game in Week 17. I think it was the Rams.
We remember. Remember.
Well, so he got the talented quarterback, but somehow Jacksonville has seemed to have fumbled all of it so far. Up the kid.
Well, and we're going to let Jason go because the signal's bad, but he's also got the tarps off, so he's all fired up in the sun. Don, would you agree with me that it does start with the quarterback, but without proper coaching, the quarterback, it's like raising a child. You know, it'd be a bad kid if you don't have good parenting.
I could probably do the work for the show tomorrow, but it feels like I've seen teams with great coaching get deep with okay quarterback play. I haven't seen a great quarterback overcome an average or bad coach. I think you need the coach.
So with that in mind, then, do you look at Cincinnati's situation? You know how a lot of people are about coaching there.
Right.
And when Joe Burrow's healthy, they're one of the best teams in the league. In fact, going into the season, they were considered a Super Bowl favorite.
Yes, and they've gone to a Super Bowl. So
yeah.
They're a
great
and it's
example.
funny how his job is on the line when
it's amazing
when he gets hurt.
When the quarterback's
hurt.
Yeah.
You need both, but listen, we're a long way away from the Trent Dilfers of the world winning Super Bowls.
Mm-hmm.
So you need both.
Yeah.
But I just feel like we've seen really good quarterbacks just not be able to get over that. Look what's happening in Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yeah. And now they get there because he single-handedly gets them, but they can't get over the top because I don't think they've got the right head coach. You need both for sure. But get me started with the coach. And then you can find the quarterback. I know it's harder to find the quarterback because where do you get them? You know, free agents are usually not available. You don't make trades like that, so you got to draft them, and it's hard. But
it's the hardest part.
I feel like, and again, I didn't do the work on it, but it feels like there's more examples of great coaches overcoming bad quarterback play than great quarterbacks overcoming a clueless coach.
I completely agree. Speaking of coaches and teams overcoming them, Brad in Montclair has a Barry Switzer story for us. Go ahead, Brad.
There you go.
Hey, guys. Hey, so when you're talking about Switzer and how he kept things the same in Dallas, so I heard Aikman tell a funny story. It's actually, he was calling the game when they were talking about the Wildcat back in the day and how effective it was at the goal line. And so he was saying that when Switzer first showed up, he noticed him messing with the wishbone near the goal line, like with second teamers and whatnot. It didn't think too much of it. And it's actually funny. Aikman was the number one player in the country from Oklahoma, drop-back quarterback. Switzer recruited him and said he was going to get rid of the wishbone. Whether he would have done that or not, who knows? But he did go to Oklahoma, got hurt, went to UCLA, and it was all history. Anyway, he noticed him messing with the wishbone at the goal line, and Switzer, close to the first preseason game, said, hey, I might want to experiment with some wishbone at the goal line because it's very effective near the goal line. And Aikman said, if you ever take me out of the game near the goal line, you can just leave me on the sideline for the rest of the season. And that was the end of the wishbone in Dallas.
It shows you the quarterback runs the show. Thank you, Brad.
It's just one of the examples of, because I didn't have much respect for Barry Switzer as a head coach in the NFL, but he did win a Super Bowl because he had a great team and he didn't mess with what was working. And there's an example where the players, you had a lot of veterans who were like, oh, we know how to do this. But he did win it, so you can't take that away from him. But he is definitely the exception to the rule that you need a great coach to win a Super Bowl.
Let's continue with Bobby and Belmore's been waiting a while. Hey, Bobby. Right,
he waited till
Bobby waited too long. Probably fell asleep. We have Tessa and West Caldwell as well. Tessa on the Giants tonight. Are you leaning forward tonight watching this game? A little more intrigue because Dart's out there. It's a Monday night. Patriots. How are you watching tonight, Tess?
You already know. Thanks so much for taking my call, guys. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm real hyped. I don't know. I'm just like with Don. Like, I think we're gonna win tonight. I just feel real good. And yes, I'm on the edge of my seat today, and I'm definitely watching. I'm not running. I do have my damn it doll with me just in case, but I'm not running. I'm just gonna watch the whole game.
I need to send a picture of the damn it doll, by the way. I need to see this damn it doll.
I have one.
Oh, I'm gonna send it. Okay, I'm gonna send it right after
Yeah.
this. I'm gonna send the damn it doll. Yo, I'm gonna send it. Watch. But I do have two comments though. I just want to make the comment first about Kafka. Like, the narrative around him, I keep hearing, like, easy transitions. He's been here. But I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't care about easy transitions. We know this guy. We know what he's capable of, but we know what he's done in the past, which was trash. But now he's doing right. What I care about is finding the right coach, someone who can get the job done, bringing some real wins to this building, not losing 5 in a row in the fourth quarter, which I know with other coaches, too. But I'm done making excuses about being like a bum losing team. Like, I'm ready to turn it around. Like, every year I come up with a different narrative of why I can make it through the season. Like, I'm tired of that as a fan. Like, I'm tired of being sick to my stomach. Now, as far as Tomlin, though, it's like value is subjective. What's worthless to the Steelers fans is probably valuable to us Giants fans.
Yeah.
So I'm ready for them to bring in a seasoned coach who has a track record of winning records during the regular seasons. That's all we're asking for. We're bums right now, so we don't even have no choice of being stupid, talking about some Super Bowl. We're bums and we're thriving. We're thriving off of being bums and losers, so we need somebody that's seasoned. I don't want an OC. I want a seasoned coach that knows how to win, and even if right now it's for the regular season, give me that. We're just a passionate fan base that I just want to just win. Please, like tonight, that would just make my whole,
That would be
I don't
nice.
know, December.
A win tonight, Tess.
Guys.
Well, Don, that's what Tess just laid it out there. It's like almost like you're going week to week now as a fan.
Right.
It's all you got. There's nothing more to look forward to than week to week and then see where you head when it comes to finding a head coach.
And there's just something about the Patriots. Belichick's gone, Brady's gone, but it's a big game. It's Monday night, nationally televised. People are going to be watching, and you want to put your best foot forward. And I want to see them start winning some football games. And if you beat the Patriots, then I think there are more wins on the table. And I'm not with Kafka. I'm not going to blame him and just call him trash because he was a part of the trash. Remember, Dable was an offensive guy.
Yep.
So I'm sure he had the last say on a lot of things that they did. But you got to start winning games. He's 0-2. Lose tonight, you're 0-3, and then you're heading in the wrong direction. But I expect a good effort tonight.
Yeah, but we'll see where it goes because, again, you play well tonight, lean a little more forward, got some winnable games coming up, and maybe you can make a case for yourself as the next head coach of the Giants. Coming up, 2 best words in sports. ENN next.
Whether you're shopping, gaming, or streaming this Black Friday season, don't take slow for an answer. Get Optimum Fiber for the fastest, most reliable, and most consistent internet speeds, starting at $25 a month. Call 888-4OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com to switch. Act now and get a full year of Netflix, an unlimited mobile line, a $400 prepaid card, and more, all on us. Call 888-
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply.
For over 100 years, Slomin's has been your trusted partner in comfort. When it comes to home heating oil, we deliver more than just quality fuel. We deliver peace of mind. With price protection, automatic deliveries, 24/7 service, and up to 30 days to pay your invoice. Our dedicated team is just a call away, ensuring you stay warm and comfortable all winter long. Slomin's, New York and New Jersey's largest heating oil provider, proudly serving our community for generations. Give us a call today at 866-GET-HEAT or visit oil.slomans.com.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. I hope you have an awesome rest of the night. We've got the Nets home at the Barclays in Brooklyn. BQE just jammed in both directions, heading over to Atlantic Avenue. Westbound, especially tough. You're crawling from the LIE and Queens. All of your approaches the outbound. George, pretty bad, aside from the Henry Hudson. Adding to the delays, an accident on the upper deck, taking out the center lane. Cross Bronx westbound at a standstill from right before the Bronx River Parkway on through. Inbound, George, about 5 to 10 for the upper deck. Outbound, Lincoln Orange, 30 to 40. Outbound, Holland, a 45-minute ride. And then once you're in Jersey, still want to stay away from the Turnpike extension westbound. Still have a crash on top of the Newark Bay Bridge. Traffic is jammed there and backed up to Liberty State Park in Jersey City. Devils are home at the Rock tonight in Newark. Some solid slowdowns on 280 in both directions, heading over to 21 in the Stickle Drawbridge. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hard-working partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
The post-career day press conference, brought to you by Progressive.
Anthony, can you tell us what happened during career day?
I'm a biomedical researcher. The kids just weren't impressed.
How did you feel when your son called in the backup?
Embarrassed, and I knew it would be a fireman. It's always a fireman. It's cliche, but a crowd favorite. He had an axe and everything. I can't compete with that.
And will the fireman be helping your son with his science fair project?
Hope not. I'm literally a scientist.
Like it or not, sometimes you need a backup. That's why there's Progressive to protect your home and auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
This college football season, show your school spirit every time you pay. Introducing college-branded Venmo debit cards. Rep your team on and off the field with custom designs that let everyone know who you're rooting for. Whether you're tailgating, grabbing stacks for the watch party, or celebrating a win, you can unlock 15% cash back at ESPN, 1 free year of Perplexity Pro, and more. This college football season, score more with the Venmo debit card. Get yours now in the Venmo app. Learn more at venmo.com/collegecard.
Max cashback varies. Terms apply. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank N.A.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station. This is an ENN Special Report. Now reporting...
The very handsome Jewish man, Peter Rosenberg.
We should talk some sports. Do what you want. It's ENN.
Yes, ENN coming up with Anthony Pusick. But first, I want to give you a game time. Brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. Because when it's game time...
It's Tully time. Tully time.
It's Tully time.
Donnie's Devils hosting the Blue Jackets tonight. Puck drop 7:08 sharp on MSG. The Nets face the Hornets in Brooklyn. That's at 7:30. And then Monday Night Football tonight. The Giants in New England against the Patriots. 8:15 is your kickoff. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. Pusick?
Hey, guys. Welcome to ENN on this Monday.
Why not?
You ever watch YouTube?
Ray-Ro.
Yeah, sure.
Ooh, where'd you get
I like
come
that.
from?
That's good.
What is that?
That's
Xylophone we got going on?
No, that's the YouTube thing.
Really? I did not know that.
Yeah.
Very good.
I didn't know that.
Very good.
We learned something today, Don. And that's a sign of a good show.
We also learned that Don now has to pick front camera, not front wide
We got the
camera.
video out of Alan being technical director.
Now, do I have to keep doing that, or because
Yes.
I put it there?
No, every single time.
You got to remind me. So if I
Yep.
look all fuzzy,
Now, again, you wouldn't be fuzzy. You would just be, it would be like looking in a telescope the wrong way.
Yes.
And you'd be so far away from everybody else.
Really
So I don't
far
want-
away.
The shot would be, Don, because I see
Right.
where you are. It's where your phone, it's where your iPad is. That's a little far away.
It's like Repugdon probably needed the extra wide.
Oh.
But you don't.
Well,
You-
that's not-
no, you look great.
That's
so
unfortunate.
We don't need that anymore.
Well, I'd like to say good evening to Alan.
How about your nuts? Can I get some? Oh, damn.
Nice.
when was that?
Nice.
That was last week.
That was Wednesday. I was going to say Friday, but we didn't have a showing. Don.
You know what? I'm going to say alcoholic, no fraud.
That's right.
Wow, so a clean day, Alan.
I
think
have
we-
a snowblower.
We did have a clean day today.
And me.
I love wings.
Yeah.
That did come out well. That was good.
out of nowhere. You
That
just
was
dropped
good.
that when
No,
I said anchor
but
bar.
I guess it was just too risque, but I thought my description of what Jet fans have gone through over the last 14 years
Yes.
Very,
was
yes.
worth a drop.
Prison sex?
Not entirely wrong.
Yeah, you did say that. And the funny thing is how quickly did I agree? Like, yeah, it is like
Yeah,
that. As if I
that's-
have experience in such things.
Well, but you could just imagine it
Imagine
wouldn't
that.
be pleasant.
Imagine me in prison and somebody's like, yeah, I've been a Jets fan, dude. Nothing, you can't hurt me. We have a Stranger Things update.
Not a strange pull.
That was a strange pull?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Well, you also
prison
Don-
sex is a strange.
Don, apparently, it could be. Don also thought that Anthony created a word,
No.
but Anthony did Google it and find out that it is a real word. And Don, you were on point.
No, yeah. So
And we're gonna
not
leave it
gonna be
there.
using it again. Again, another drop that could have been used.
Oh, it's such a
that
good
will
drop.
not get used.
But we
I thought
can't.
we'd at least have the 24-hour window.
It goes to the graveyard.
It has to die. So if you were one of those people that were listening earlier in the show, you know the word that Anthony thought he created, but we end up finding out it really is a word. And Don somehow knew it was a word that had a salacious connotation.
More questions for Don than anything else.
It was great.
Don's dead because he was changing a tire and his heart exploded. Take it off. Take it all off.
Thank you, Richard. I appreciate that. We don't have a lot of time
No.
because this could take 4 hours. But we're going to try to
this.
condense it into a very small window here and have
Okay.
Don involved as well. And that's Lane Kiffin becoming the head coach at LSU.
Ugh.
I could
happened
get
today.
into all the machinations of everything, of how this happened, why this happened, yada, yada. I'll just get into the details of what we know now. Yesterday, I believe it was, Lane Kiffin did announce that he was going to become the head coach of LSU, leaving his Ole Miss team that has a chance to make the college football playoff, most likely will make the college football playoff, had a good chance to go far in the college football playoff for Baton Rouge. We found out some contract information today. Lane Kiffin's contract with LSU includes a unique clause that will allow him to receive payments equal to the amount he would have earned coaching Ole Miss in the upcoming college football playoff. What does that mean? He has a 7-year contract with LSU that's going to pay him $13 million annually, but he will receive the same college football bonus from LSU that he would have had he remained with Ole Miss through this postseason. So $150,000 for the Rebels' participation, he'll get that. $250,000 for participation in the quarterfinal, he'll get that. $1 million if they win the national championship.
His
All
agent.
paid by LSU.
What an agent.
Right.
What an agent.
I think it's Rex's agent.
That's an agent.
I believe that's Rex's agent.
And
They're all the same.
Yeah.
He represents all of them.
And Bill Cowher, I thought, made a great point over the weekend. You can't let him coach for in these playoff games, even though there are people that want him to, finish what he started. You can't do it. You can't let him sit there and recruit coaches to leave at LSU. You can't. He's gone. Goodbye.
Tulane,
you have to go.
Now, this is two very different things, Don, but Tulane coach John Sumrall, who does have a chance if he wins his conference championship to make it to the college football playoff, he took the Florida job. Florida's letting him coach.
Well, but Bill's point is that that Ole Miss shouldn't let him do it. If Tulane doesn't have a problem, if Ole Miss didn't have a problem,
yes,
full power to it. But to Bill Cowher, he's like, I am not letting him sit there and have more time to talk to coaches and his players to all go to LSU. Goodbye. I mean, it's an awful situation. Bad guy, just a bad sport. I mean, college football is just so disgusting.
It's broken,
what
it
goes
feels
on.
like. And you called him that guy. Don pushed back a little bit.
Yeah.
But it turned, and I'm not, look, Lane
because
has had his.
We knew, because when we did that guy, he was at the press conference before the Egg Bowl game talking about how, well, I love it here, and it's been great, and we should live in the now.
I told you guys when they announced that they were going to announce it after the Egg Bowl that he was gone.
We all knew this.
If you knew he was staying, you wouldn't announce it after the Egg Bowl.
Now, with this in mind, again, the real winner here is Jimmy Sexton, his agent, because he's this, and he represents all the coaches, so he knows what he's doing. And he's the one that forces this whole thing and makes them pay the extra money. How bad you want him, LSU? Well, he could lose a couple $1 million, win a national championship. Well, can you give me something that's going to make me forget about that? And that's what it was. It's all money. It's always about money. But can I say one thing though, Don?
Yes.
What you just said made sense, but I disagree.
Okay.
Because he should coach. They should finish this because they should live in the now. You're Ole Miss. You haven't won a national championship since the 60s. You have a chance to. You might not, but you have a chance to. And you're going to and I get the emotion of it, but this is business. Take the emotion out. What I would say to Lane Kiffin is, I'm paying you for this season, and I'm paying you to win a championship for me. So now go win it, and then you can go. But you go win the championship because we can hang that banner, and that banner's forever. That trophy's forever.
Yep.
And even if you leave, we still have that.
Yeah, that's true. And listen, this is what Bill Cowher said.
Well, I know. I saw what Bill Cowher said.
And you know what? And the other thing that I would agree with you and not Bill on is that he's probably been recruiting them all year anyway. Well, what's another couple of weeks? Another month. Whatever.
I'm sorry. You're telling me that he just last week was like, oh, wow, LSU wants me. I guess I got to take the job. He's known.
The saving grace in all of this is it's almost like stealing the cheating girlfriend. She did it to the other guy. You really not going to do it to you?
Yeah.
So LSU at some point you're going to be on the verge of something, and he's going to get wanderlust and want to go someplace else and then leave you flat.
LSU's pretty much of the programs that you go here and you have a chance to win every year. LSU's one of them. But I will say, though, this has all been part of Lane Kiffin's comeback. He had to start all over again. What was it, Central Florida? Where was it?
FAU he went to.
FAU, that's where it was. Right. He had to really reset it.
Because Saban fired him because he knew he wasn't preparing his team for the national championship.
Well, does he get a hankering to go back to the NFL? Does Notre Dame? There's always another job that could open up that's a little bit more attractive than the one that you're in.
The NFL would have been there. The Giant job was the one.
It's
hoping. Weird.
Listen, I'm saying all this because of hope.
Okay.
That that LSU will have their comeuppance at some point. All right, LSU's an amazing program and they compete for a national championship. I get it, but there's always another job that these guys might want to get. It's the Wild West. It's ridiculous, and it stinks for those seniors that aren't going to go to the NFL.
But it's the rules, though, Don.
It's
to
so
me,
bad.
This is the bigger culprit that no one wants to talk about. Look, Lane Kiffin is the face of it, so we're all going to spit at him and hiss and boo because he's the selfish guy who's taking the money and running when, by the way, all of yous would do it. Every single one of yous would have done it.
Doesn't help because it's Lane and he's done it before.
Right, but that's okay. So he's on brand, so he's the target to be mad at. But be mad at the system. Be mad at the situation that the portal opens up at the most god-awful time to open it up.
I know. I don't know why it opens when it does. And the other thing, too, guys, is that we used to always scream about the poor kids. But there are kids that aren't going to transfer or don't have any aspirations to go to the NFL or can't, and this is their big moment that they might miss out on. But the players are all They can just leave it anymore. It's just it's nothing is worth the paper that it's written on. This contract, they can hold. Everybody can transfer or leave. And you understand it when you're UConn, or you're Villanova in football. But Ole Miss is in that really tough spot where, it's not crazy that they can compete, but they're really not ever going to be LSU. They're never really going to be Ohio State.
No.
But they're never going to fall down to Tulane either.
Right.
No.
But they're in that no man's land of they'll get good coaches, but the coach, when they get a great one, there's always going to be a better program.
Yeah, they're on the treadmill. That's what they are. You're in the club, but there's nobody looking at you.
This is something that we'll have to revisit, of course, because there's so many tentacles to this. But, of course, tomorrow, the college football playoff rankings come out. Again, it always comes out on Tuesday. I saw it on Get Up this morning, and I can't remember who said it, but they hinted at the possibility, and they didn't have any inside information on this. But remember when Jordan Travis got hurt when he was at Florida State?
Yep.
And
it was only a 14 playoff at the time, but they did everything they needed to do. They won the game, but they weren't going to have Jordan Travis. They left Florida State out of the playoff. Ole Miss is 6th right now. They'd probably have to drop past 10 because 11 and 12 would end up coming in from all the machinations of something that's too boring to talk about.
Yep. Yeah, the at-large.
Do you see a world where the committee would take Ole Miss out of the playoff because Kiffin's not there?
Oh, that would be even worse.
That would lead to change.
Even worse.
That would lead to change.
Like I said, you want to blame Lane Kiffin because of his personality, and he's easy to blame because he's being greedy, and you want to say all that stuff? Fine. Go ahead and do that. But every one of you is for a better opportunity, which, by the way, LSU is. It's a real thing.
Yes.
It's a better opportunity, and that's why he's doing it. He's forced to do it now because of the portal, or at least announce it, because LSU wanted to know they had a coach so that anybody that wants to transfer and all that stuff knows who their coach is. So they had to do it on their end. He had to agree, and you can't do that stuff behind closed doors anymore. No. But Ole Miss is the one that decided he can't coach. He wanted to finish the year with his players. He wanted to take it to the end. They decided he couldn't do it. They weren't going to let him do it, mostly out of spite. You're still paying him for this season. And you are this close to a championship you haven't seen in over 50 years, and you're going to say no. So when you say these poor kids and the seniors and all this stuff, and you're right, blame the school. The coach didn't want to abandon them. The school told him to.
Donnie, have a fantastic call. We will see you tomorrow at the NHL shop.
We'll be watching, Donnie.
NHL shop tomorrow. Mark Messier will be there. Bill Daly will be there.
Yes.
We will be there.
We'll be there from 3 to 7. And NHL shop, of course, is in the Manhattan West Plaza. If you don't know where that is, it's across the street from the Moynihan Train Hall of 9th Avenue. It's a beautiful area. And if you're going to the Ranger game, just come early. Mess is going to be there with us, which is
and his Game 7 apparel is awesome.
Yep. And they're going to be introducing a whole bunch of stuff. So come see us there. We'll be there all afternoon. Hang out with us, and then just walk across the street and go to the Ranger game.
Now, this college football ENN brought to you by Lane Kiffin. Well, we'll hear from Lane now. Don said, that he'll find a better job. Well, right now, Lane is loving his Tigers.
At LSU is the best job in football.
Oh.
When you take the history, tradition, passion, and the great players in the state of Louisiana, no one can argue that when you're in Tiger Stadium on Saturday night, there is nothing like it. This place is built for championships with championship expectations. We understand that. But as an elite competitor, that's exactly what you want. And that's why we're here.
Sure.
Saban was there. He won his championships, right?
Ed Ogeron won a championship.
Yeah, well, that's true, too.
Les Miles.
But I'm saying, like, his connection to Saban, right?
Oh.
So there's...
I'm very happy now.
What did you say?
Next year, LSU at Ole Miss.
Of course.
Oh.
Of course.
That's great.
Oh.
That's awesome.
That's
going to be violent. That's a violent football game. Even Peter's going to have to tune into that one.
It could be, or it could be terrible for Ole Miss.
Well, yeah. We don't know what that team's going to look like.
If he builds what he can build.
If the quarterback goes.
And everybody abandoned ship at Ole Miss.
Yeah. But you're right.
Because they got to find a coach now.
Like you said, you could blame the school and all that. I also just, as you mentioned, blame the calendar. To have the transfer portal open, even if coaches are staying, at the college football playoff quarterfinals, Ryan Day and his staff, because they're going to be in the quarterfinal, and they're probably going to make it to the semi, they might win it again. they have to now go out and recruit some of these transfers while they're getting ready for whatever game they have in the quarters and the semis. It doesn't make any sense. And now you've got these kids.
I don't think you have to recruit. I think all LSU needed was to be able to put his name down as this is our coach next year so players know. That's it. It's not like he's going to be sitting at his desk taking calls every 5 minutes.
He's also not the only guy doing it.
I know. He's got to step. This was simply so LSU could confirm this is the coach.
Yeah.
Right? They have to say it. So they needed an answer. Otherwise, they could move on to whoever was next, which we all know there was no second candidate. He was the guy. He's been the guy. And again, the real wizard is Jimmy Sexton, the agent, because he's the one that operates all this stuff, and he's the one that says, look, this is best for your career. Go to a place where every year you have a chance to win a championship every year. And when they have when LSU is what they are, and for whatever reason, Brian Kelly and his family couldn't get it done there because it seems like everybody else can.
Well, by the way, couldn't get it done in Notre Dame, so just saying.
But doesn't it seem like everybody else could get it done there?
Yes. Look, I would imagine, and I don't know
wide
for sure.
receiver they have all these, the best
and
wide
the
receivers.
resources are better, allegedly.
Ton of money.
LSU is a brand. Ole Miss is not a brand. Lane Kiffin put them back on the map. But they could quickly fall back. In the SEC now, that's got Texas and Oklahoma.
Oh, no, that's what I mean. Right.
And Alabama and LSU.
Who's taking the job?
Auburn eventually is going to come back into relevancy, you would imagine. That'll be interesting. A lot of college football talk, but it was a story that Alan, me, Dom, we're all passionate about.
Oh, yeah.
We wanted to talk about it. We mentioned Mike Tomlin. We mentioned the Steelers lost. You know who we haven't heard from? Our good friend Aaron Rodgers. And, of course, after a game like that, you have to hear from Aaron talking about what's gone wrong on offense.
When there's film sessions, everybody shows up. When I check to a route, you do the right route. John and I just weren't on the same page. I checked to his in-breaker, and he ran an out-breaker. John is a true professional, so I'm sure he's sick about that. But, I threw a ball
John
I thought I was going to get hit by the wind, and it was 4 yards over Roman. So that's throw. I got to make that throw.
That's
at least he put himself in there with I got to make that throw. He did at least add himself to the list of problems, but it took him a minute to get to himself.
Did you hear?
Oh, he named names.
It sounded very much like the struggles of last year.
Oh no, that's Jets Rodgers.
Yeah,
he's
Jets
back. Rodgers.
He's back.
Where now he's so annoyed and frustrated with things that look. All right, it sounds bad, but don't you prefer at least? He's like, I don't know if he's being honest.
This is better than retrospective,
Thank you.
Cliche metaphor, Rodgers.
Thank you.
But he's back.
I love Bobby.
The problem.
But I prefer him at least to show that frustration and not lie to us. Him saying, to show up to meetings, does that mean some guys aren't coming to meetings?
Kinda.
Or aren't there mentally when there are meetings? He's calling people out. He's calling out the Steelers. If you think about it in a weird way, because they always say if you're either coaching it or allowing it to happen. Mike Tomlin, right? Arthur Smith, this is your offense.
And look, Rodgers already had the reputation for killing coaches that he doesn't like. We know from the book.
He likes Tomlin. He has respect for Tomlin. This might be more about Arthur Smith. I don't know.
Could be.
But man, he let everybody know he's miserable right now. He's all beat up. You see how the swelling on his nose was unreal.
He looks like he got into a fight.
The hand that is bandaged up and wrapped up, and then when he got who got to him? Who sacked now? Somebody
who sacked?
Wasn't Oliver? Who was it? Somebody took him down in the most violent way, and when he got up, he was not right.
No.
He was in pain. He was holding the arm, and oh my God. So. This is again. This is miserable Aaron. This is Jets Aaron.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing as we saw with the Jets. The beginning is the honeymoon. It's Camelot. It's beautiful. Everything's wonderful. He's happy. He's singing praises. He's poetic, just like he started this season in Pittsburgh. And you're getting 2 years of Aaron in New York in 1 year in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, all condensed into one.
It's a wrap, don't you think?
Feels like it.
It feels like that.
Especially if they're going to move on, however Schefter described it, whether Tomlin says he wants to move on.
But with Rodgers.
But no, I'm saying if Tomlin's not there anymore, then Rodgers is probably done in Pittsburgh, and then where's he going?
That'll be it. And it's just shit. Again, great players like this, it just sucks to see it end this way for a great player like that. But that's where he's once again, like he was last year, just miserable, frustrated. He wants the good days, and I don't think he's ever going to really get back to it.
Mm.
Sucks.
So last week, Trayvon Mooring was suspended a game for punching Jauan Jennings below the belt.
Oh, this story.
Turns out we thought Trayvon Mooring, bad guy. We're coming to learn Jauan Jennings might be a bad guy because Shelby Harris of the Browns not happy with Jauan Jennings after the game.
He's and I want that known. Like, I see why he got punched in the because that's some, like, he says some things that you should not say to another man ever. But, like, I don't respect it because you say that, then run behind your O-line. That's some real soft and I want that known. I see exactly why they punched him in the I'm surprised nobody punched him in the jaw yet.
All right.
That's pretty direct.
So, yeah. Jauan Jennings not making friends.
Cheap shots. But apparently it was what he was saying to an injured player.
Right.
That he was saying a lot. Like a guy was injured on the field, and he was talking trash at him.
Some guys have that personality, and they can't kind of turn it off.
Yeah, well.
We saw that in a couple different places.
But it is amazing that they're choosing to hit him in the same place.
Yeah.
Instead of hitting him in the jaw. But I guess he's wearing the helmet. We all joke about how hitting somebody in the face in the football field is stupid because he's wearing a helmet.
Shelby Harris has put it out there now.
Oh, yeah.
So there's that. By the way, apropos of nothing, a 9-4 Niners team that doesn't have Bosa, didn't have Parity for half the year, has a ton of injuries, staying in that NFC West is pretty impressive.
It's coaching.
Ayuk, we have no idea what's going on with the Ayuk. So that is a disaster. And Ricky Pearsall's been out for more than half the season. Kittle was out for a couple games.
Yeah, McCaffrey, though.
Oh, well, listen.
You know, like, again, it's coaching,
it helps, doesn't
McCaffrey.
hurt.
It's all that stuff.
And Mac Jones.
You see what Kittle said about, was it Purdy that was celebrating
with the Dougie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Kittle after the game was like, because I guess he was being criticized for it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a white guy's not allowed to show enthusiasm.
George Kittle is before he leaves the field for his final game, Triple H will have a contract with him so that he could just sign the dotted line to be a WWE superstar. Oh, without question, has to be.
It's an interesting line from him.
Oh yeah.
Oh, not allowed to have enthusiasm. Sorry.
He already got the promos down. Whew. His press conferences are basically WWE promos, and he does a very good job.
They've got some personalities on that team, by the way.
They certainly do. That'll do it for ENN today.
Nicely done. Very good.
By the way, Han Solo.
Yes.
Come on now.
We're not done at 6:30. We have a 7 o'clock vehicle
That's
here.
Right. Full
Don getting ready to call his game. Peter moving boxes into his new home.
Most of the week, by the way.
Then
full vehicle. 6:30. It's Thursday is the only 6:30.
Yeah, we do have a Thursday 6:30.
Thursday 6:30.
Because we have the Knicks for back-to-back.
Yep. Hawk Range on Thursday. I think they're in Ottawa.
Rangers Thursday, right. Yeah. And then Friday, another Knicks.
Yeah. I think the Rangers are on the road. They have a chance to win if they're on the road.
So the Knicks are home, so that makes it 7:30. So, yeah, we go straight to 7 on those.
Mm-hmm.
And then for some reason, what is Tuesday's game? That's at 8 o'clock?
Yeah.
Why? Is that an NBC
Boston
parallel?
But yes, that is why that's happening.
Well, what else is happening with the Knicks? They had an 11-3 month of November. They have climbed their way back up into the top of the East.
It is an NBC Peacock view.
It is, yeah. Yep. So it's side by side. That's why that is.
That's that.
And things have changed with them, including Mike Brown realizing that the things he wanted to change with this team was probably not the way to go. You'll hear from Mike Brown. Take your call to 800-919-3776. Stay with us, Don Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
New York Presbyterian treats more heart patients than any other hospital in New York. From common to complex conditions, our cardiologists and heart surgeons are pioneers in advanced heart care, leading the way in minimally invasive treatments for faster recovery times. Find a doctor at nyp.org/heart. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian. New York Presbyterian Hospital based on U.S. News and World Report 2025 to 2026 Cardiology, Heart, and Vascular Surgery Rankings.
The holidays are here, and Amazon Pickup is your MVP of package pickup. Need that perfect gift like a brand new jersey for the big game? With Amazon Pickup, you can grab your order from secure Amazon lockers or counters near you on your schedule at no extra cost. It's fast, it's easy, and it keeps your holiday surprises tucked safely away. So whether you're running from work or heading to the holiday party, Amazon Pickup makes holiday shopping worry-free. Find your nearest Amazon Pickup location at amazon.com/pickupmvp. That's amazon.com/pickupmvp.
Some stages celebrate. This one tests everything. Every drive, every approach, every putt. Pressure builds. Resilience matters. And history waits for the bold. In June, the 2026 U.S. Open Championship returns to the Hamptons at the iconic Shinnecock Hills Golf Club. Experience the world's best golfers competing on one of the sport's most storied stages. Don't just watch greatness, experience it live at the 126th U.S. Open. Daily tickets are available now on SeatGeek.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Hurry! It's your last chance to donate for 2025. Last chance! Donate now for a 2025 tax deduction.
Dave Rothenberg here to tell you about my friends at Bathfitter. They converted my kid's bath to a shower and did an incredible job. They offer custom bath renovations, including their unique PermaFit solution for a watertight fit, and it's done in just one day. It's durable and easy to clean with no demo or mess and a lower cost than a standard replacement. Take advantage of the biggest sale of the entire year. Save up to $800 on a complete Bathfitter system. See their website or call for details and start designing your bath today at bathfitter.com.
Fellas, it's the season to shine, and not just from the holiday lights. Manscaped is here to keep you looking sharp for every holiday party, family photo, and mistletoe moment. The Lawnmower 5, groin and body trimmer, and the Chairman Plus face shaver deliver precision, comfort, and control worthy of Santa's nice list. I've been good and nice. Whether you're tidying up before a big night out or preparing for New Year's Eve, Manscaped has your back. And your face too, to be exact. So gift yourself with some grooming greatness this season, because looking good is the best gift of all. And now you can find Manscaped products at your local Walmart. A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible: overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
Sure is. Like you dream about. It's been too long. It always feels good. 800-919-3776. Come talk to me. We'll get to calls momentarily. Do want to remind you the ESPN New York holiday party is back. That's right. And you know where we are? My hometown. We're on Long Island. Both the Michael K. Show and us, Don Hahn and Rosenberg, we're bringing you holiday cheer. We're going to Garden City Park on the island. It's at your mother's house. That's right. We're at your mother's house. That's actually the name of the bar. It's Friday, December 12th, so it's coming up pretty soon. So make your plans. We're once again collecting, of course, unwrapped toy donations this year to benefit the Garden of Dreams Foundation. So please, if you could, bring something to the party, as we always like to say. We are trying to bring stuff to the party as well, trying to get some fun guests to show up and join us. But really, it's about a celebration of you. In our first year together as a show, we want to celebrate with you, and we thought the best place to do it is right there on Long Island, the only place I love to go, your mother's house. It all kicks off at 1 p.m. Friday, December 12th at your mother's house, brought to you by Amazon Pickup, Security Dodge, and Spike Aid. Speaking of Spike, let's take Spike in St. Pete. What's up, Spike?
Well, great. Thanks for picking me up so fast. I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. You guys mean so much to me, especially getting older and winding down. But for a minute, if you'll give it to me, I want to give you my I sent you an email. I want to give you my 25% of the Knicks season so far, real quickly. I think we're too small. We're the smallest team overall in the NBA. Now, that's a kind of a fallacy because they take, the end of the bench guys, which we have some big boys.
Golden State's small.
The Golden State Small. A lot of small. Look, this is the Final Four in both sides, barring injuries. It's obviously Detroit. I'm afraid of Orlando. I know they don't shoot the three ball well. Cleveland, I think, has a soft front line. We got to get another big. I know that's a pet peeve of yours. In the West, it looks analytically. I did all the analytics. OKC looks 10 to 15 games better than anybody
It's
in
insane.
the NBA.
Yeah, they're runaway favorites, if you ask me.
They're runaway, and their 6'5" maxed out small forward he's a beast. Getting Hartenstein, they got everything. And the coach is an nondescript guy who was the student manager at UConn. So my take on the Knicks is I'm semi-happy with Mike Brown. I don't think we can fix this differential. I just think closing out on the three is going to be a major issue in the last 3 minutes of the game. But I'm going to leave you with this, and you've done brilliant work. If people don't listen to Alan Hahn on the radio, on TV, doing color commentary, you're missing out. You're really missing out. And your post-game stuff is good because the only one that you can't look in the eye is Mitchell. So it's really good. Josh Hart is playing like a man possessed. And Mike Brown has handled the offense like he does everywhere he goes, beautifully. But the only thing I'm concerned about, because I was wrong with Landry Shamet, and I'm not stubborn. I'm wrong. Landry Shamet's a big guard, and he's a better defender than I thought. I need him and OG back, and I think we can beat anybody in the East in a 7-game series. And I don't think anybody of the 29 teams can touch OKC.
I agree with you on OKC, Spike. I do, and good to hear from you. Thanks so much, and of course, happy holidays. I think one more ball handler off the bench would be great. I think now that Mike Brown has kind of gone back to last year's starting five with Towns at the 5, bringing Robinson off the bench, it does at least balance out a little bit of the size factor. They are a small front line, a small starting 5 when McBride's in there. When you get Anunoby back, he's 6'8". You're adding some more size. So I still want to see this, but I again, on the Knicks, I give Mike Brown credit. Not a lot of coaches will come in and take over a team, want to instill or install an offense that you feel like this is the way the NBA is playing, this is the way the league's playing, we need to play this way. The team doesn't really take to it early, and you could have been stubborn saying it's the players who have to adjust. Instead, you said, no, I got to adjust. And you saw the value in Josh Hart. You realize that Brunson works better this way, that Towns works better at the 5, that really what Mike Brown can do now is just improve the defense, which he's a defensive coach. And, the bench part of it is huge. They are getting production off that bench. It has been better than in years past. And if he can keep kind of tweaking that and working with that, then he still can be like the coach that does make a difference. But, don't mess with a good thing. He was doing that early on in the season. Doesn't mean they're not going to play fast at times. There are some things they are doing different than last year offensively, the corner threes, a lot of the get into the paint and spray it out. But he is running a lot of the stuff we saw from last year that made them one of the top offenses in the league. Let's continue with the call. Let's take Pete in Staten Island. What's up, Pete? You're up next.
Hey, Bud. How are you?
Good.
So I know they were giving you a hard time about what's going on with the Jets. I mean, just hear me out. I think he possibly could be the guy. He made some major mistakes right out of the gate.
Yep.
I think he should have listened to Aaron Rodgers. Even if he got Aaron Rodgers to reduce his contract, keep Adams, it wouldn't have been a total rebuild. But now, at this point now, you need him to make the most major decision in a franchise, which is find the quarterback, which we all know is not the easiest thing to do in the world. And, I mean, for Jet fans, listen, my whole family's Jet fans. I'm a Giant fan. I'm at more Jet games than anybody. They have 12 season tickets there. Now you're talking about a major decision that could set that franchise back another, I don't know, 4 or 5 years.
Well, no, you're not. And Pete, look, Darren Muji's done a nice job as GM at the trade deadline, making some moves and taking advantage of some things when it comes to the Colts' desperate interest in Sauce Gardner. Getting 2 firsts out of that is tremendous. I don't know how much I believed the Jerry Jones story about how Micah Parsons for Quinnen Williams. Micah Parsons and a first for Quinnen Williams. Come on. I don't know how much I'm buying that. But I still need to see now, okay, what do you do now with these picks? And how do you fill the most glaring, gaping hole in this franchise? It takes you a long time. And if you get it wrong, as Pete just said, he's right. The Jets didn't get it wrong with Sam Darnold. What they did was they ran out of runway. And they forced themselves into a situation where they had another high draft pick, and they decided to reset the quarterback. Problem is they got a worse quarterback. And Sam Darnold needed a little more time and suddenly developed into something that now is a good quarterback in the NFL, which you would have loved to have had if you just were able to wait. And they took a terrible quarterback in Zach Wilson, who was not an NFL quarterback, not ready. And that was a mistake, major mistake. That set you back big time. So that's what I need to see before I can get too excited. But you know what I am excited about? Bath fitter. Why? Because they remodeled the bath in my house. They tore out an old tub. They put in a brand new shower. They do that, by the way. It's not just, what you normally see, which is you take a bath, an old bath, and then you can, use the PermaFit solution for a watertight fit and cover up that old bath and make it a brand new, beautiful bath. My sister saw the bathroom we did, and she wanted it done. So she actually did the PermaFit solution. She was telling me about it. I was at her house on Thanksgiving. They love it. In fact, my brother-in-law Larry now has to redo the floor and the rest of the bathroom because, you want to make it all look nice. And he's not happy about that part because, he doesn't want to do the labor. I don't blame him. But still, the bath is the beginning of it all, and they love it. And now is the best time for you if you need to upgrade a bath in your house, especially during the holidays when you're going to have family and friends over, maybe even staying over for a little bit. You want to upgrade it, you want to update it, this is the time to do it. Why? No money down, no payments, no interest for 18 months. No interest until April of 2027. You can take advantage of the biggest sale of the year right now as well. Save up to $800 on a complete bath fitter system. Go to their website, call for details on this Black Friday savings that you can trust the bath fitter team just like we all did. So start designing your bath today at bathfitter.com because there's only one bath fitter. And back to the calls we go, 800-919-3776. Brody in Highstown. What's up, Brody?
What's going on, Alan? Han Solo today, man.
Yes, sir.
Listen, I was over there with you guys at Tommy's last year. Who knew what would work out, what wouldn't? But love the show. Love how the transition. So it's been great.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Listen, I got a question about this Lane Kiffin, though.
Yep.
Like the tri-state area, I'm more of a pro guy, but I followed a big-time college, and, I think that it's tough for the kids. It's frustrating for them, I'm sure. But how can you think it's such a big deal to coach? I mean, you have NFL coaches doing interviews in bye weeks in the playoffs.
Well, assistant coaches are doing that, right?
Right.
This is a head coach, but if you're Ole Miss, how are you not saying, all right, you know what, you want to leave, fine, but you still have a job to do here. Go win us a title.
100%.
Because we keep the trophy. Like even if you get to the championship, even if you get to the Final Four, the whole idea is you want to have a season like you haven't had in 50, 60 years. But you're out of spite going to say, you know what? No, we're just going to use some interim coach and whatever coaches stay with us rather than go with you. We're going to have a skeleton crew try to coach our team, and our guys going to be like, I don't know what the hell's going on, and you can be one and done.
What's crazy about that is you think about it, you're gonna you hate this guy. He's ruining you, right? If you're Ole Miss, okay. Well, why don't you use him for everything he's worth?
I agree.
If he could put your team back on the map, if you get the title, there's going to be people that go to Ole Miss that want to stay in Mississippi as opposed to go to LSU just with him.
That's how I feel, Brody. I feel like sometimes, and thanks for the call, sometimes we get too caught up in emotion with this stuff when it's business. And sometimes you have to understand there's things you can and can't control. What you can't control is keeping him. He clearly wanted to go. His agent set up a beautiful deal for him in a place that year after year they're going to be in the championship conversation because that's just LSU. That's what they are. They draw that. They have the money there, everything. So you understand why he took the job. Fine. But you also know, while I got you, I'm taking everything I can out of you. Like I am going to I'm going to wring every drop left in you to have a season I need. And I will call you out every day when it's like, no, what do you mean you're having a meeting for LSU? No, you're still coaching us. Well, yeah, okay, you were named for the job, but you're coaching us. And we're trying to win something. Because he'll leave, but the trophy stays with you. I don't understand why the school would be that petty. I would turn it around the other way. And I would look at him and say, fine, you want to leave, but you better win a damn championship. walk out the door with the title, or at least get us as close as you possibly can. We got everything we could out of you instead of cutting it short. That's what's unfair to the players, because it's a business. The players are going to jump in the portal. They do it every year. The coaches do it. This is nothing new. The new thing about this is that it's a team that's right there, 6th in the country, that close to being able to contend for a championship. That's what makes it kind of, a rare story. But we've seen this before, and I can't stand it when the schools take it personal. No, you still work for us. You still have a season to finish. You got to go win us a title, and you can leave that trophy, and you can go to LSU. But we keep the trophy. More of your calls coming up. We'll finish out with you. 800-919-3776. Don Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
all while supporting a great cause. Bring a toy to benefit the Garden of Dreams Foundation and help make the season brighter for local kids in need. It's the ESPN New York Holiday Party, Friday, December 12th. Brought to you by Spiked Aid, Security Dodge, Amazon Pickup, and ESPN New York.
Who's creeping? Not during the holiday season. Is this like not the best place to be this time of year? Right? Like, I know we're all New Yorkers and we're all like arrogant and it's like myopic. I understand. But be honest. There's no better place than New York City during the holidays.
In terms of what we have to offer, yeah, I agree with you.
You know,
Now,
like,
if you're,
I get traffic and the annoyance of, look, don't go to Fifth Avenue. Like, don't go there. Don't go see the tree at Rockefeller because you know those places are going to be heavily populated. But it doesn't mean that it's a different vibe. Like Wednesday night, right after the show, before Thanksgiving, my girls were in city. They were running around. They did all this. They skated at Bryant Park. They did all this stuff. Then I met them for dinner. And we were in the city, but we weren't in like the touristy part. We were just in the city. And it was a vibe. You just felt it. And even coming in today, you just feel it.
But I would say you picked the best day because coming in Wednesday and Thursday, it seemed like everybody who lived here with trip plans
anybody that lives
out of town.
They took off already. So Wednesday, the commute wasn't bad at all. I drove in Wednesday. Today, I took the train. But it's just a vibe. And I don't know. I'm sorry. Yes, there's other cities that are great, and they all celebrate Christmas too. But this is, I don't know.
Come on, I could name at least like 5 movies that take place in New York during Christmas.
Do you want to be here in August? No, of course you don't. You don't want to be here in August. Do you want to be here in late January? No, of course you don't. But man, from Thanksgiving to New Year's, tell me a better place to be. 800-919-3776. Let's give you one more game time brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time...
It's Tully time! It's Tully time!
Thank you, Fred Flintstone. Donnie's Devils hosting the Blue Jackets. That's why he's no longer with us today. He is now preparing for this game because puck drop is 7:08. So coming up momentarily on MSG, the Nets face the Hornets in Brooklyn. That's at 7:30. And then the Giants and the Patriots, Monday Night Football, 8:15 kickoff. Of course, ABC, ESPN. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. More calls to get to. Our good friends waiting for us to talk. Let's go to Griffin in Connecticut. Hey, Griff.
Hey, Alan. My point is, I hear maybe it's because people are upset, but to me, I don't blame Lane Kiffin. This is more on sports in general, the college sports in general, because I don't like that that you can automatically start transferring now, and you can automatically, and the signing bonus happens now. Like,
do you know why? You want to hear? You want to hear why they have to open the portal up? This is what they claim, and this is the hilarity of it all. Well, they have to enroll in the semester, the spring semester.
Oh my God!
They have to enroll, and they have to get their classes and their schedule ready. Like, are you serious? That's that right?
That's just,
like, isn't that hilarious? Like a sport where the sport has taken over to the point where school is secondary, and I'm like.
Yeah.
I'm worried about, I got to get him enrolled in classes. Man, will you stop it? They'll get you enrolled. They'll set you up. You'll be fine. You'll be able to be – it's just – this is the part that I think is where the hypocrisy really kicks in. Really? Student-athlete, athlete-student.
Don Sealy said it perfectly, I think, last year in March. Can you imagine the NBA opening up their free agency in the middle of the season?
Oh, that'd be awesome.
In the middle of the playoffs?
Be wild.
Because that's what's happening in March Madness. When March Madness happens, in the middle of March, transfer portals opening up.
That's right. The winter sports portal does open up in March. You're right. Yeah.
To me, that's ridiculous.
Of course it is, but they claim it's because of they got their students. They have to transfer. And come on, man, stop it.
And they're comparing.
Nobody's
they're trying
buying
to
it.
get their team ready for next year in the middle of the season.
Right.
Like Gino Auriemma's coaching his team to go on a championship run. He's also trying to figure out what is my team going to be next year in the middle of March.
Oh yeah.
And same with Dan Early. That's ridiculous.
Well, they're all doing it in all the sports. That's what the portal has brought. And thank you, Griffin. I love the spirited conversations with Griff, don't you? It's
okay.
But the real thing is that coaches have parachuted out of places many times. And now it's the fair balance of, now players can do it too. Don called it the Wild West. That's what it is now. So please stop with these rules and what's right and what's wrong. Money rules, especially in college football. Follow the money, especially in college football. That's it. So don't blame people for taking the money and running, because that's exactly the environment and the culture they want. Javier, my man Javier in Queens.
Yo.
What's up, Javi?
Han Solo, my man.
When it's Han Solo, you're Javier. You understand that, right? Corvassier Javier.
1,000%, because I was telling Anthony my first calls into the station were Han Solo calls. You inspired me, and now I have haters on the YouTube chat, so I've come a long way, Alan.
Oh, man.
Thank
you got haters? We all got haters. If you don't have haters, you ain't popping. That's what Chris Canny said.
You ain't popping, 1,000%. So listen, Alan, I just wanted to get into a little bit of the Knicks rumors with you, and also just kind of point out I do like what Brown has done. I think he's started better than what Thibs normally did, but it's going to come down to the playoffs, right? It's going to mean nothing if this guy doesn't get as far or further than Thibs. So it's nice, but take it all with a grain of salt.
Right.
With the rumors or what people have been talking about, the idea of swapping out Cat for AD, I want to get your thoughts on that. Me personally, I would stay away from AD. So injury prone. He's older. I don't think it's a right fit unless it's like Dallas giving the picks with him, and it's like the sweet deal.
I saw that.
I'd rather go for the big fish and Giannis.
Yeah, I honestly, Javi, I saw that, and we got to run. I don't think that's a real thing. I mean, I'm curious to see what Dallas is going to end up doing, but you don't want to upset too much here, because I still think the big fish is Giannis if things don't work out. But there's a chance it will work out. So you want to let that play out first, and then you worry about it in the offseason. But I give Mike Brown credit. He realized I shouldn't mess with things, and he did. See you guys tomorrow.
The FanDuel Sportsbook app is your home for all your favorite NFL bets. From yards to touchdowns to who will win, with FanDuel, any play can be play of the game. Tonight, FanDuel's giving all customers a 30%